Hey, Sash.
Hello, Sash.
Hello.
You don't control me.
There is it is wondrous, so it's going to be hard to get. But an artificial limb replaces a hand, arm, foot, leg, a similar appendage that was lost or removed. So I guess that's up to you whether you think eye is part of those. But
Yeah, you can do an eye. That's fine. There's already that object though. I posted it in the chat. So there's already an artificial eye that all it does is replace your old eye if that's all you're looking for.
In what chat? Sorry.
Roll 20.
Storm Kings. Artificial eye. Also, whereas its eye is embedded, can't be removed by anyone other than you, and you can see through the tiny orb as if it was an eye. Yeah. I wonder if I could. Oh, it's an artificial, so it's not magical. It's a mechanical.
Oh, it's magic. It initially it doesn't, but you can get enhancements that do things like dark vision. Yeah.
Yeah. Could I So if I still want to get my what's it called, a Manticore eye glassed and get that enchanted with the artificial eye, could that be used?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll try and get that done then. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't really use any magic items, so I haven't got any at the moment, so I'm not really short on space. Yeah. Exactly. You can't get taken out. Well, I'll just get another one.
Rules as written. I can't fault you for that.
I guess I could just get
Odd
both eyes
threat,
done.
Prophet.
Hi, welcome.
Safe.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome one and all.
Renegade.
Thanks for
Saxon, you
coming,
missed
guys.
out.
Yeah, well, I won't miss out this time. It's
You
alright.
spear tackled Strahd off his horse.
That's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah. And then he fled from you.
I am pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Thanks for upping my game there, Arctic.
You are welcome, and also welcome to everyone who happens to be watching in the future. I appreciate every view. So, here we are in Mithril Hall. Taking it easy, as it were. We've travelled a long way. The journey, of course, has been arduous and far, but even just walking up these hills from Rivermoot to Mithril Hall is no small task. But we're here now, and we can perhaps relax a bit. You haven't been allowed into Mithril Hall. Mithril Hall is shut
We
by
did
a
get
pair
allowed
of...
in. Because I was friends with one of the dwarves.
We were about
we
to be
proved
let in.
it.
You've gotten allowed into Settlestone so far. Settlestone
okay.
is a small village out the front of Mithril Hall. In fact, when they got kicked out of Mithril Hall by the dragon that evicted them, the dwarves chose to settle in Settlestone for a while they attempted to reclaim the halls. It didn't work, and thus the halls were lost for hundreds of years until Brunel Battlehammer came and grabbed them back. And for that, he is a hero here, elsewhere as well, but especially here. And so, although he doesn't want it, they're building him a statue. It's not finished yet, and it's going to be fucking enormous. It will probably stand about 18 or 20, 21 feet tall if you count the horns on his helmet. But it's a long way before it will be finished. They've done the feet, and they are up to about the thighs, and the rest of it's slowly taking shape. All right, Mithril Hall. Mithril Hall. If you want to do some business here, then you can go ahead. As mentioned, you haven't yet been allowed into the city itself. The granite gates are closed, not just to you, but to everyone. And so I guess that means kicking around here in the frosty mountaintop village of Settlestone. There's about 100 humans, 100 halflings, maybe a bit less, 20 or 30 half-orcs, and the same number of half-elves, and about as many dwarves as they are as any of the other races, most of which are military personnel, eyeing you with apprehension, since, and in their eyes at least, you're the most dangerous of the people that they're going to have to keep watching. Here we are in Settlestone. There's no trade goods here. You can't do any kind of large transactions. You would require the authority of the king/queen, whoever they might be. And so, but there's still the regular things that you might need: tents and cheese and hardtack and other basic gear. That can all be found here. All right. So what's the party going to do? Just stand around in the cold, or settling into Settlestone?
I reckon we should just settle in.
Can we ask our dwarf friends why no one is allowed in?
They say he just puts it down to security, basically. The Queen's, he dare not say paranoid, but the Queen and her advisors are quite cautious, and they just generally keep the gates closed when they don't necessarily need to be open, in much the way you might keep the gate to your property closed. They will open it when they have, for example, they're going to ship out some of the produce, or they have to take in some of the food. It will open eventually. It has to open, but they don't keep it open. It's new since the new Queen took over. Bruno Battlehammer didn't feel the same level of, and again, he doesn't want to use fear or paranoia. Bruno Battlehammer wasn't as cautious. Well, they're not locking out the world. They're just opening it when they want to.
And it's about the next time they're going to open.
Oh, it usually gets opened every few days, sometimes twice in one day.
So if we spent one night here, we might get in?
Oh, you might. Oh, you might have to wait a little longer.
Fair enough. What's the plan, guys?
Shall we settle in?
Sure.
Sounds
Settle,
like the
settle.
only option, really.
Yeah.
When
Well,
were we meeting our friend down in Everland again?
some days, I'm sure.
All right. Well, I guess we haven't really got a choice. We should just settle in then.
When did we? Sure. Oh yeah. There's plenty of like empty houses, isn't there? Empty
There
buildings.
are. In fact, I'm glad you asked, because you start looking around. As mentioned before, these dwarves built this place as a refuge while they tried to take Mithril Hall. It didn't work, but it eventually did work. They eventually did take Mithril Hall, and people started moving out. They left Settlestone to go and live in Mithril Hall, like they'd always wanted to. And now there are new people moving in, halflings and half-orcs and half-elves. And it just turns out that this place has some of the cheapest urban real estate in all of the Forgotten Realms. You can buy a house here for 100 gold pieces if you really want rock bottom. You could spend 1,000 gold pieces and get the equivalent of a small fortress, well, or at least a little mansion. If you want to buy outside of land, it ranges from a square mile, ranges 50 gold pieces to 2,500 gold pieces. So in regard to your little idea, finding a place to erect the tower's profit, that's going to be illegal. There are signs saying, no building, no construction, that sort of, you can't build here. But you could potentially buy some land. If you don't mind, I'm going to go and see if I can kick this fucking dog in the head. I'll be back.
All right. Well, I'm heading off now anyway.
Bye,
That's it,
Grady.
dude.
Was
Catch
Grady
you
going?
later.
Oh yeah,
Have
you
fun at the birthday
Dad's thing.
party. I'm sure it'll be much more funner than D&D.
make sure to eat food there and
I'm
stuff.
planning on it. Fucking oath. Going to Mayfair.
Don't die.
Oh, Mayfair, fuck yeah, get some steak for me, send it over.
What's Mayfair?
It's the place.
Tavern. It's one of the good taverns in Emerald to eat
Oh.
steak. One of the 3, I think.
Irish.
Is the Tav
Mayfair.
good?
Maribyrn?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't shopped there.
It's
In a very long.
it wasn't bad last time I went, but it's sometimes real shit.
Alright, well, I'm gonna catch you later.
Catch you
Who
later.
am I gonna sell this
Gotcha.
fat
Yeah.
python to?
What?
I have a fat python, homie. What am I gonna do with it?
Why is Fat
Eat it.
Python Homie a thing? What?
Got a fat python, homie.
I don't remember how.
Sorry, did Grady just drop in for 5 minutes and then leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go.
He has his dad's birthday party.
Oh, that fucking dog.
His 50th?
Hang on, I need to deal with this. I can't stand.
Let us convene. Well, we're gonna have to pay for
Well,
accommodation.
No,
just
I'm gonna
make a
ask my
logic.
dwarven
quick-
friends. I'm gonna ask
a
my
quick-
dwarven friends.
Thing, if we wait here a day, we're just adding more time for old mate. We have to meet at
Yeah,
Evelyn,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We're gonna try to get in.
I
don't
mean,
worry.
we're probably gonna have to come back this way anyway.
That's
so...
that's what I'm thinking. Like, we're probably going to come back because I'm assuming we want to go back to the tomb. So
Oh,
why don't we
yeah.
just take a day's travel and just start making our way down to Evelyn?
Because
Yeah.
we're meant to
Sam Morven
we're
Hall.
meeting Harshnag so he can lead us to
Why is
what's
it
it
so
called?
slow?
So he can lead us to the Jarl's place, right?
Oh right.
Well,
I
we
see.
know where the Jarl's place
Well,
is. We just
We
like,
yeah.
we need some reinforcements and shit, and he would know how to get through the ice. Really.
Yeah.
Harshnag might be okay with going up. Going back this way.
I mean-
sure he's got friends in dwarves.
That's what we were planning on. Was meeting up with Harshnag and then going up there. So
Yeah, we might as well.
So yeah, let's just book it and go to Zymorven Hall.
all right. Well, coming back this
We're
way. That's
gonna,
what we
yeah,
just
we're
said.
gonna come back, and Roz doesn't feel an urgency to deliver the message because there's no King Bruno Battle Hammer. It's just
Yeah.
Bruno.
It's just the queen now.
Yeah, technically we
Yeah.
shouldn't have delivered to
And I feel like the Queen will want to take it off Roz, and it'll put him in a sticky situation.
So yeah, let's just we can go back. We're just go on a merry way, basically.
All right.
I just
This is
wanna go to
too
Zymorven
much
Hall.
progress in one session. Yeah,
So you spend 2 days walking up the mountain, and you're about to turn around and.
pretty much, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it 2 days?
Yeah, you
It's
had
a
to
big
camp one
mountain.
night. Yeah. It's
It'd be easy on the way down. We can just roll.
I guess it would. Oh well, you don't so much as sample the beer. You just get there, breathe in the mountain air, realize that you're gonna have to wait a while, and decide to turn around and go home.
Alright, fuck you. I'm out.
I ain't
That's
waiting
alright.
for no one.
So you shuffle your bags and shoulder your knapsacks and get ready. And as you're about to head off, you find a group of soldiers coming near you that aren't the regular holders of the hall that you've seen for so far, the regular dwarves, but rather a group of dwarves, 5 of them, whose armor is jagged and speared, filled with great razor blade edges, strange and bizarre angles coming off their shoulder pads and knees, and they look like walking cheese graters. And they're walking towards you.
Do we still have my dwarven friends around?
Oh, I suppose so. We haven't been here very long.
Yeah, they told
Yeah.
us to stay away from the Gutbusters. I would like.
They look pretty determined to reach you.
I just sort of stand to the side to see if they pass. If not, we'll let them approach then.
They come up to you, and although they only don't even reach your chin, these fat bastards with their razor sharp armor look up at you and tell you in no uncertain terms, you're all under arrest.
What? What are we
What?
under arrest for?
Save it for the Queen.
Well, I guess that's where we were intending to go anyway.
Shackle 'em, boys.
I don't want to be shackled.
Can I insight check this? Are they like just fucking with us? Or...
You
I'm
can
going to
make
show
an
my
insight
Lord's
check.
Alliance signet ring. I'm a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh, without guidance, sorry.
16?
You think that they are serious, but Wild Gold, no need to make it a diplomatic incident. Just come along nicely if you don't want to bleed all over the floor of Mithril Hall.
Oh, come along, but you're not shackling me.
They
We'll
were
see
trying
about
to
that.
get in anyway. Well then, that's interesting.
If they come anywhere near Roz with the chains, he's gonna put his arms up in the air. That's all he's gonna do. If they come near him with the chains.
They have to climb you to put the manacles on.
No.
Ooh. It would probably be like an Arcana check. But in any case, Wild Gold's signet ring convinces them not to, not to make this harder than it needs to be. So with 3 Gutbusters in front and 3 behind, you're escorted past the great stone gates of Mithril Hall and down, 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 underneath the ground into custody. No, the weapons are taken from you.
Did they take my holy symbol?
No.
Thank
And
God.
my own weapon.
Thank Denier, sorry. Oof.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't deprive an old man of his stuff, would you?
That's never backfired, so absolutely.
Probably carrying the most illegal stuff on me that are arresting me. Just like 3 vials of poison, some acid, and some gunpowder.
Right, you're not gonna use it on them.
They pull out your gunpowder. Is this gunpowder?
No. Is
No.
that?
He sniffs it. Smells like gunpowder. Make a deception check.
He's drawing Everett nowhere near his hold.
That's not gunpowder, you fool, says one of the Gutbusters. That's saltpeter. Give it back to him. Oh, and he gives it back to you.
Right.
All right. Do you discuss anything quietly with each other or more loudly? Escorts as you descend into the bowels of hell.
How
Wild's gonna
often?
grumble. I better get
Yeah.
that fucking sword back.
Roz is
How-
pissed. He's walking angrily.
How
Taking
often
his
does this
weapon.
happen?
Bullshit!
Let me tell you, Roz, these tunnels are
Oh my
not
God.
made for you. These tunnels are made for dwarves.
God, the dwarves at the Mirabar mines, they do this so much better. Oh.
Mirabar's so much
I-
nicer.
You should not know.
Mirabar? Why Mirabar? There, don't get them started.
Oh, our friends with us. Did they come in?
Mirabar, they're a bunch of good guys.
They don't arrest you when they greet you.
They bring
Well-
you in and they give you gold of a bounty, of course. But they're nice people. I like
And they
them.
give you a pint after that.
You guys are assholes.
They do like mercenaries and fruits up in Mirabar. They'll sell for a bar of gold.
Oh, I think they just like heroes better than you do.
Oh, heroes, is it? Well, we'll see what the Queen has to say about that. Yeah, your friend is still there. He's at the back though. He's like, so it's 3 dwarves, 3 Gutbusters, you guys, 3 Gutbusters, and then he's trailing along at the back, hoping that he can defuse it somehow.
Can we call back to him? Is this
Yeah.
because of what happened over the spine of the world?
I said, yeah. Oh, maybe it is. Yes, perhaps. I'll vouch for you, though. I'll be there to clear your name.
Thanks.
He not really got anything to clear, but thank you.
Oh, I don't think we're in the wrong, so unless you've pinned us for something, I don't know.
Oh, you've done nothing wrong, hey? I suppose it's it's perfectly innocent dealing with the talk about it. It's up to the Queen. Right, you are.
What? You're too pussy to finish your own sentences, hmm?
Don't draw him into it. Make an intimidate or persuasion roll, perhaps.
Gonna intimidate the razor sharp dwarf.
To try to, goad him.
I guess persuasion. would be
Persuasion,
more-
maybe.
It's not
Yeah.
really trying to intimidate. I'm trying to goad him.
Yeah. Fucking Zentarum and fucking and black magic wizards of fucking. I told you not to tell him.
Ooh, you're gonna be in
Oh,
trouble now. You let it
w-
slip.
Wizards? We've spoken to Zentarum, but
Save it for the Queen.
wizards? Wizards? Does anyone?
What's our wizard, Harry?
Evil
Anyone,
wizards.
anyone
Like,
remember dealing with?
wizard?
Oh,
We're talking about
oh.
Luskin and the two evil mage guild members we have among us.
Yeah, Aradell's just palming his face at this point. Ah, I
Oh no, they've got a point.
I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness, and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel.
No.
Let's discuss things with each other along the way, or are you just going to basically save it until you get there?
No. Probably say
Smiler's gonna look at Roz and be like, "Pretty sure we could just rip their arms off and use it as makeshift weapons.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
They've even got blades.
Look, the crafting isn't even that good. It'd be so easy.
Shoddy craftsmanship. Typical of Mithril Hall, I guess. Mirabar's much better."
That's all it is the whole time we're walking. Us talking so much shit. That's all I hope
saying,
it is.
saying that Mirabar is better.
That's awesome.
I
He wants to tell you why you're wrong, but his sergeant won't let him.
love it.
All right. So when you finally arrive, when you finally are dragged before the Queen, and those of you who resist, I'm not pointing fingers, but we all know who it is. You guys are spilling a little bit of your own blood on the beautiful, polished mithril floor of the throne room. Sparkles. Well, it's walking on a mirror practically. And as you fight these gut busters whose strength is all but irresistible, you can't help but get paper cuts just struggling against their grip.
Better
You're
not
not
get
meeting.
tetanus from this.
He doesn't answer the insult. You're not greeting the Queen alone. She is there, up there on her throne, but she has her council as well. There are a total of 7 dwarves who are giving her some sort of advice. Although you will notice throughout the proceedings that 6 of them pretty much keep to themselves, or rather, they grumble among each other, disapprovingly, of course. But one, a silver-haired dwarf with a long silver beard, seems to have the ear of the Queen more so than any of the others.
A squat.
Anyone know? Let's-
Roz, Roz,
Let's turn to our resident dwarf expert.
Mm.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our
asked me
resident
to
dwarf
talk.
enthusiast.
mm,
I don't think they really bow. They're just
Would I
like,
have
good
known? Would
I
I
was
have
gonna
learned
say-
this while learning Dwarven?
yeah, because we spent a bit of time in Mines and Mirror Bar.
And I learned
Yeah.
Dwarven.
Yeah, good call. So yeah, Roz, you and you would. I think by now you would definitely, whatever the procedure is, a kind of militaristic honor where you're kind of pledging your allegiance to a feudal lord. Maybe not quite that extreme, but you. She has the right to kill you here and now. This is her legal right. That's what being a queen means. And part of the polite procedure would be acknowledging that. Well, welcome to Mithril Hall. It's, I see you here at last. I had heard that you were coming for quite some time. And now here you are. And yet I get word that you were about to leave shortly after me getting here. I suppose you turned up, looked around, and saw that your Zentarum operative wasn't available anymore. And I suppose that's why you're turning around now, because you can't deliver the poison that you have to deliver to your Zentarum agent. What's this then? And they produce the poison box that they stripped from.
we took it out of the boxes.
What,
Yeah,
what,
we
do you have
unsealed
them
them.
anyway?
Nap,
Okay, so
Nap had him.
yeah, so they patted Nap down and they found him and they're like, "What's this then? Evidence that you're working for the Zentarum. You're assassins. You're
that's-
assassins for the Zentarum."
That's just my personal poison. That's nothing to do with them.
Oh. Do you deny then that you were supplied these from Zentarum agents and that you were paid to distribute them to Zentarum agents?
Yes, we were
No.
paid, and we actually stole them from Zentarum. Actually,
We were paid.
let me-
I don't, were we paid yet? I don't think we were
no,
paid.
we weren't.
We were
We paid on
given the
delivery.
poisons in Yata and told to deliver in Mornbrind's Nesme and Mithril Hall and Zymorvan. No, Silvery Moon.
Do you
But,
hear that, McQueen? An admission from his very mouth. He said that the Zentarum paid him to deliver the poison.
Wait. We, in the end, did not deliver any poison to Mornbrind's or Nesme, or we even tore them out of the boxes they told us not even to open.
If I may, my queen, my benevolent queen, and I kind of do a bow of some sort that the others did. I am a part of the Harpers, a higher ranking officer. I'm actually on a quest to thwart their efforts in Morbryn. They've taken over that place and have done quite away with it. Please, you have to believe us that we have no allegiance with those scumbags that call themselves an army, where they're no more than children and thieves playing men. Is there anything we can do to gain your trust and to show you that we are no way aligned? If not anything, we are against them wholeheartedly.
The Queen is quite young, as far as dwarves go. She's probably 50 years old, but that's maybe the equivalent of about 35 for a human, 30 or 35. She has no beard, just auburn red coloured hair, which settles underneath her mithril crown. And she's thoughtful in this, and she responds, "Yes, there is something that you can do to gain my trust. You can tell me, for a start, why you were doing the Zentarum's dirty work. Why you were delivering poison into the heart of me kingdom."
I
Still, oh,
we can answer that pretty easily.
I still bowed. I'll say, we took the poison off of them when they offered us the job, not to actually deliver it, but to find out their intention of such a delivery. We expected that 3 sealed boxes were quite suspicious of a parcel, so we decided to take them and investigate further to maybe thwart their plans, not to aid them.
Hmm. Are they telling the truth? And the silver-haired dwarf beside her, he nods. Very well. It seems that we have dealt with that charge. Let us move on to the next charge then. Aye, my queen, I protest that within this entourage there are no less than two, or criminals who have sold their souls to the liches of the Arcane Brotherhood. Aye, that little monster there, he is one of them, and well, I don't know who the other one is, but I'm sure he's among them. How do you plead to these charges? Who are there Arcane Brotherhood members among you? Would you please step forward?
I step forward as well and continue. We may have made an agreement with the Arcane Brotherhood, but only as corporate spies. They are actually interested in a certain artifact that could be used.
Spies, Milkweed! Please, Sergeant.
I cough, loudly, kind of annoyed by that. Just they're after a certain artifact called the Ring of Seasons. We believe it detrimental to pretty much all life if they get it. I'm a part of the Harpers, as I said before. I find it my duty to thwart any acts against this empire, this land. Yes, we're a part of the group, but we have no intention of following their demands or aligning ourselves with them more than we need to just gain their trust. I implore you, please, see our side of things, and that silver-haired fellow there can verify our truth in this.
Aye, that you are. Just as the merchants of Mirabar are free to steal to those who distribute to pirates in your city. I don't stand in judgment of people in Luskan nor in Mirabar. Do you deny that Luskan is your base of operations now?
Yes, we have no settlement there at all. We have no settlement, actually.
Why would you call yourself a spy if you're not allied with any geopolitical location?
Well, actually, we are friends with, and I gesture to Wild Gold. He is a member of the Lord Alliance. We started this from an attack. Well, our group started this expedition on an attack that happened near there. The giants are wreaking havoc, as you're well aware. We have taken it upon ourselves, and apparently a great prophecy has foretold that we shall stop this. And, well, along the way, we've run into some other problems that we've decided that needs our attention as well.
A prophecy? And she turns to the silver-haired dwarf and he nods.
Indeed, a prophecy from a. The prophecy
Says
mentioned
him.
us. There has been multiple prophecies. One told by a very wise and friendly to human storm giant,
Cloud.
cloud giant, and the other by my friend here who can dabble in futures threads.
Aye, they speak true, my queen. Aye, well, it seems that you serve many masters. The Lord's Alliance and Luskan.
We do not
Ah,
serve Luskin. Yes, I see your point.
Harpers and Liches. Well, it seems that you have beaten 2 charges, but I'm not sure that you're canny enough to get past the third. Sergeant? Aye, with relish, my queen. You all stand accused of being mercenaries and murderers, of being in allegiance with the Dark Elves of Menzoberranzan. Aye, you do. You stand accused of delivering messages for Bregan Diarte.
Ah, can Nat put his hand up and say, "What's a dark elf?" and what's that?
The Drew! Haven't you heard of the Drew?
No, what's that?
A shrug as well.
Do we all have we all been told of the delivery of that delivery, or is that only
Yeah. No, I believe I
wild
told
thing?
everyone.
Okay.
Honestly, I've never heard this before. I don't know what this is.
I didn't tell Nap because Nap kind of was late, I think, at this point.
That would make sense. I don't think he joined until like about
Yeah.
that
No,
same
you got
time.
it in Luskin.
Yeah, but still, he was still like a new kid on the block.
Ah,
Like,
yeah.
you know. So
I don't remember this one.
Yeah. I got
don't
given
think
some
so.
wine to deliver a letter.
Feels you got to be given poison to deliver the letter.
Yes, I was given poison. But I inspected the letter and it seemed oakley dokley.
did you like out of character? Did you ever read the letter?
No, never. I
I
held
didn't
my
think
honor.
so. That's what I didn't. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because that's how I recall. Yeah, just in case.
I guess.
I just look at Roz because I don't know much about this one.
Did we know it's from Bregan Diartho, or did we just know it's from Drows in Luskin?
I
it was.
believe he said Bregan Diarth, but
Yeah.
I thought that was his name. And then someone told me that it was a bad group, and I was like, wow.
Think-
Yeah, that's right. And
think
I
I
really
told you
loved that scene. It was like, yeah, I thought it was a guy. It's like Harley Davidson. Like, don't
Yeah.
you know that?
Sounds cool.
Delivering a letter for Harley Davidson. Oh, it's to the company.
Bert Rito. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah, I got asked to deliver a letter to King Bruna Battlehammer from. I thought this was the man's name, Bregan Diarth. See, I thought that was his name, but then when I came to my group, they said it was a bad group. But I still decided to hold my honor, and I wanted to deliver this letter untouched, and I didn't want to read it. So, but I didn't know they were bad. And I will take this responsibility onto myself. The group didn't really have a part in this.
King Bruno doesn't rule Mithril Hall, son.
You see, I didn't know that. So I'm not from around here. I come from near Mirabar Honda area, and I didn't know. But now it is clear that he does not rule.
Well,
he rules.
it would seem then that you are guilty of being associated with the Xantarum and of being associated with the Arcane Brotherhood and of doing the bidding of Bregan Diarth. But I am curious about that letter. Would you hold your tongue, little monster? Sorry. The accused makes a valid point. And no, I should not. I would not be holding a single ounce of dishonor to King Brunor Battlehammer's name. But I would be interested in his mail. And yet, it wouldn't be polite for me to take something addressed to Battlehammer. And yet I must take something addressed to the crown. So I'm going to put it back on you. And she looks down at Roz. I'm going to give you 2 options. You're an honorable man. I can tell that about you because you've taken this job on and you've seen it through. And you've looked me in the eye and you haven't lied. Not a word. And so I'll put this to you. You can keep your letter and you can deliver it to King Brunor if you really have a mind, but you won't find him in Mithril Hall. You'll have to find him all the way down in Gauntlgrim, long, long beneath the surface of the earth, far away from here. Or you can open the letter now, immediately, in front of us, and without handing it over. So if any devils or explosions or any traps come out, you'll bear the brunt of it.
That's a long journey this group probably doesn't want to do, so I'll pull the letter out and I'll start opening it.
I step away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a crack, a crisp crack, as you unseal this firm letter. And within it, you find a thank you note. It's a thank you note to Bruno, King Bruno. Thank you, King Bruno, for your aid against House Bayenray, it says, the leading house of Menzo Baranzan, who have a stranglehold on power in that city. Thank you, King Bruno, for all that you have done to further our cause. We stand forever in your debt, and as a token of our appreciation, of our friendship, and of our alliance, I offer you this gift. And the gift is a single adamantine coin that bears the symbol of Bragan the Arth on one side and a drow male head on the other. And this adamantine coin entitles the bearer to ask Bragan the Arth to kill, and I quote, any one person under the sun.
That's pretty sick.
That is pretty sick. But wow.
What other dealings have you had to do with the Dark Elves?
Just this. Yeah, literally just that. I only spoke to him in I believe it was Mirabar.
Luskin.
Luskin.
We've uncovered your ties to liches, and we've uncovered your ties to assassins, and we've uncovered your ties to mercenaries and murderers. Is there anything else that you want to admit to while you're under expose?
Yeah, we've also killed about 50 fucking giants.
Oh,
And
God!
we've also killed a lot of other bad things that are just wreaking havoc on this land. If you look past the little bad things that we've done and look at the amount of good, the amount of towns that we have saved, you would let us go and leave. And
A couple of the dwarves cheered when you said how many giants you killed, and they immediately got chastised by their brethren. But by the end of it, you've kind of lost their support as well, the demands of the queen, but she takes it in her stride. Aye, perhaps I would. But if I'm going to do that, then I'll tell you to get that thing out of me sight. I'll not have it tainting my throne room. So you can do as you like with it. Take it to Gauntlgrim and give it to Brunor for whatever alliance he might have with the Dark Elves. I care not. It's not my business anymore. This is my city now, and we do things differently now. Get that thing out of here. I never want to see it again.
Ros will give a little bow and walk away.
Before you go, I have
Mm,
something for you. Something for you all. You've done the world a lot of good, and I've heard many a good thing spoken about you. That's why I brought you here, and placed you under the hammer, threw you in the fire, because I wanted to see what you were made of. Aye, you're brash, and you're rude, but I can forgive you for these things, because you're brave, and you're effective. And I have something that might make you a little more effective. Something to add to your menagerie. And the old silver dwarf steps up and moves with surprising grace and strength as if there is not an ache in his old body. And he pulls forward a pair of golden figurines that stand proud, a pair of lions.
Fucking knew
But we
it.
were getting a pet dwarf. Damn.
Figurines of wondrous power, golden lions.
Oh, golden lions!
You can have these 2 gut busters.
No, I thought we were getting the graceful old dwarf. He's just like he's secretly a parrot turned into a dwarf.
Oh god, that kid
Can I-
detect lies.
Can I grab the 2 golden lion figurines? Cause that's fucking cool.
They present, I present them to you, and they give you the commands. And yeah, go ahead and look them up. They're in the compendium.
Figurine of power, golden lines.
Under figurine.
Of wondrous power.
Wondrous power.
Yeah,
One
just type in figurine in the compendium and it's there. It's just in,
Yeah.
it's in a list. You have to click the thing.
Figurine of wondrous power.
They always come in pairs. You can use one figurine or both simultaneously. Each can become a lion for up to 1 hour. Once a lion has been used, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed.
Okay.
And they are extremely hard to break. But like, yeah, reusable lions.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's awesome. Can I take them?
I
I
mean,
wanna play with them.
I kind of feel like the 2 weakest in the melee should take 1 each, because that way, if we get ganked, we can.
It is classed as a single item, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's a single use item.
A
Oh,
single
no,
item.
7 days have
Because
passed.
they always come in the pairs.
If
I
you
just, I just think it'd be dope to run in there and then unleash 2 lions side by side with me
However, I don't think it says you need
to
to
attune.
tune to it, so that could be. I mean,
I didn't have to attune to the bag of tricks.
yeah.
Mm.
I think it
But-
thematically fits well.
It fits
I was actually
well,
looking
yeah.
I was actually
But
looking.
I was just about to
today.
say, if Jiraxis wants a bag of tricks, I can say I was gonna say sing game, but if you do want the bag of tricks, you can have it because I'm not really using it. I can't really mount anything apart from the giant elk, really.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm just thinking, even if it's that, yeah, I can use that as fodder to put in between like me and Prophet against
Yeah.
other enemies, so that they can at least give us a round or 2 to get some spells off. That'll work.
yeah, sure.
You
I'll
can do
pass it off to you.
Cool.
It's in the you'll find it.
Compendium.
No, it's already it's in a magic items tab on our thing.
it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We could have gotten ivory goats.
There's like 3 of them, right?
Yeah,
one,
there's
one of them
3.
is hilarious. You can take
Marble
off its
elephant.
horns. One of the
Also-
goats you can take off its horns and it becomes a lance and something else.
Yeah, the goats are nuts. Like,
Yeah, the goats are hilarious.
Oh,
Lions are dope though.
Where's the
They're
figurine of?
Thematically amazing.
what color?
Oh wait.
It is the first one, I believe.
Grey.
Before we go, we have a adamantine rod used by fire
yeah.
giants to find pieces of their super weapon, their Von in Dodd. Would you like to take it off our hands?
no, I would appreciate it greatly. Could you explain it? What we've learned? She asked the old silver bearded dwarf, and they say it seems to be a device, a piece of machinery, great mechanical monstrosity, a titan of incredible power. I believed that they will build this construction and rampage it through the world. Something strong enough that even a great dragon could not stop it. For every piece that you gather, you make it harder for them to achieve their goal.
I think we sold off one piece, and we still have the rod. But while we're here, we may as well also tell them about what happened in Nesme, right?
Yeah.
There's Zentarum there making deals with the fire giants. They are attempting to sort of broker an agreement. The Zentarum won't interfere, and they'll stop the Lord's Alliance from interfering with the fire giants searching for this Vondod in exchange for their safety. Not that it mattered.
Well, we have already declared the Zentarum an illegal action in Mithril Hall and Settlestone. We are glad that finally everyone else is seeing the wisdom of our way.
Yes, they are quite a problem.
Well, we'll keep our doors open, so to speak, for the Harpers, though, and for the Lord's Alliance. After all, Mithril Hall is a signatory to the Lord's Alliance. King Brunor Battlehammer was, after all, one of the people who instigated the whole thing.
Give another bow.
He saw the wisdom in different races working together, and I can see that you see the wisdom in it too. You're free to go, and I apologize that you didn't have so much fun in Mithril Hall as you did among the pretty lights of Mirabar.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry about my companions, Green. It was nothing personal. I think they were just mad about being arrested. That's all.
What? It bears no necessary apology. We are, after all, just restarting. You look around this place. It's still under reclamation. It's still 3/4 mine and only 1/4 home.
True be that, Queen, but I always find the Mithril Hall is where the people are, not so much the place.
Aye, and the people are back. The people are finally back. Yes, I know of the prophecy. My people have already seen the doom. My people have already felt the doom. It was the giants, more than the orcs or any other evil, that caused the collapse of Great Delzoun, the greatest kingdom that the North has ever known. Don't think that you can tell me about the threat of giants. Hmm. If they will have us, if they will think to put their prejudice of the past to the past, eh, the folk of Mithril Hall have always been looked upon with great disdain by Mirabar and utterly rejected by the secretive folk of Ironmaster. Many of the reasons why you'll find a battle hammer up in Icewind Dale is because they got to Mirabar and they weren't wanted, and they got to Ironmaster and they weren't welcome. Well, if attitudes have changed over the past 200 years, I'll be surprised, but I'll be pleasantly surprised. Aye, he's right, you know, she says to the other dwarves. It'll die one way or the other. We'll be there, little kobold. You send word, and thank you for being at the front line for doing the work of kings.
Would I know if getting an artificial eye at Mithril Hall would be my best bet or Silvery Moon?
Oh, that's a good question. They probably manufactured Mithril Hall and Silvery Moon, you know?
Oh, okay.
Maybe, maybe not. Both places would be good places. Silvery Moon's a lot bigger. Mithril Hall has more dwarves.
I think Mithril Hall is more of the enchanting of weapons and their own doorways than and armor.
Random eyes, yeah.
Then I
I can pull some strings in Silvery Moon with my Moon God, so there you go.
probably Silvery Moon.
It's a
Before
very big place, yeah.
before we leave the Queen, can I ask her if she knows about Zymorvan? What's his name? Hold on a second.
Zymorvan Hall.
Wait a second.
Born
Arthos
in-
Zymorvan's son, going missing.
I've heard something about that. And she turns to one of the other dwarves, who hasn't actually really said much so far, except for to grumble. And he explains, "Oh, that boy shacked up with a red wizardess." Ho ho ho! Sets the other men are laughing, although the women among the council don't think it's quite so funny. But oh yes, he went down to Silvery Moon chasing the red magic, if you know what I mean.
I don't really know what you mean. I don't know much about magic, but
Would you
thank
be
you for the
clear,
information.
please? I think he's love with a red wizard, red wizardess. Is that a thing? A wizardess? A red wizardess that lives in Silver.
Thank you. That's very useful.
Aye.
Do you want us to wheel the rod in, or
Of course. And so you're able to do that.
coolio? Load off this damn huge 500-pound stick of adamantine.
The dwarves all look at it with a mixture of fear and awe.
It can be used to cast a location spell, but its power increases.
Giant magic sounds dangerous. Oh, we've been using giant magic since our race was young. Don't be a fool. We'll keep this safe, and we'll use it to locate other fragments of the Vodendode, and we'll keep them out of the giant's hands.
And if you can maybe use it to find objects of adamantine, if you think of any. Its range
Aye.
increases by quite a large amount.
There was a
Maybe.
piece of the Vernondod back in, was it Tribor or Yata?
Tribor.
That we couldn't bring with us. You might want to search there to get that piece from the giants.
Thank you for the information. Could you draw?
Destroy.
Destroy? Perhaps, and your concept sets the dwarves to thinking. You know, they'd already thought of how great it would be to find more adamantine, but destroying a giant's item, we could throw it in a volcano. Throwing it in a volcano seems to fix everything.
Why not smelt it? Exactly.
Oh, well, if we threw it in a volcano, that'd take care of it. But yeah, your proposition sets them to thinking. Maybe they could melt it down. It might be hard though, but I guess that's the whole point.
They might have to use a volcano.
Might have to use a
Yeah.
volcano.
Might have to use a volcano.
Traditionally,
Melt
dragonfire is used in the forgery of these things, and I don't have any spare dragons.
Wait, yeah, they do. Just not a fire breathing dragon that they have sitting around.
Oh well. Ah.
It's very young.
And very not cool.
Would you like to buy a slave red dragon?
You can get it to melt down your. You can get it to. You can get it to smelt your metal in 2,000 years when it's finally big enough.
It's a really good idea. By then, maybe we will have domesticated it.
Hold on, let me just domesticate this red dragon real quick. What? Is it scared? I think it just respected you. I don't think it was scared.
Yeah, for telling it that you were going to fillet its face off and then drown it or waterboard it with ocean water.
Yeah, I'm confident you could bully it into doing your will if you really want to. Yeah.
all
Probably has
on a good
PTSD
day's
about
work.
us.
Dragon with PTSD the time it met adventurers.
Except, wouldn't every other subsequent dragon then have PTSD
He
from
goes and
its...
talks to a dragon therapist. I don't know, dog. I don't think I'll ever get over it. Like 10 years later down the line, nothing's happened. He's like, I'm finally getting on with my life. And then there comes us. We're just strolling down, and he's like, oh god!
No, I cannot.
Cannot do that,
I
sorry.
can say that he may have had dragon blood, but that's all I'm going to say.
Alright.
All right. So before you leave Mithril Hall, I'll let you.
Sorry?
Does anyone have anything more to say to the Queen?
I don't think so.
I think we're good.
Then
If we
before
wanna-
you leave Mithril Hall, sorry, yeah.
If we want to buy something, does it have to go to the Queen? Or...
Nope.
Yes, not really. If you want to buy something small, absolutely not. But if you want to do any sort of actual trade, then yeah, it has to
Rather
go
than
through.
some trade. All right. Oh god, what was the Queen's name? I would know it, but I just
Dag
forgot.
nabbit.
Like
Dagnabbit.
Nabbit.
Queen Dagnabbit. I am chasing. If you'd have them, it'd be very cool. Some small gems that glow. They're light blue or like pebble size, but if small blue gems. But I'm
Oh,
chasing. I can't remember what they were called. The ones that Wild found. Well, everyone found, but Wild grabbed in the
It was the
Yeti
co-
cave.
The blue
collection of
glowy
souls.
ones.
Yeah, the blue
Collection
glowy
of
ones.
souls compressed.
Iolite? No, that's the different ones.
No,
Glowy
not,
crystals.
I don't think we got the name of them. I just sold them before.
Glowy
getting the name.
crystals.
Yeah, we just called them like glowy crystals.
The ones that we found in the Yeti caves.
yeah.
Yeah, and with the Yeti Queen.
oh, do we have any of those? She asks around the lords, and they send out their craftsmen. And the craftsmen come back with a range. They do have the blue ones you're looking for. They also have yellow, green, purple, and red.
Ooh.
I specifically want the blue ones, and if I can, about pebble size. And God, how many will I need exactly? 140.
Oh, they're 100 gold pieces each.
A pebble size?
Pebble size, maybe half of that, maybe 50 gold. But just the fact that they shed light makes them, worthwhile as a continual light source, and people will spend a bit of gold for that reason alone.
Wow, they're worth a lot. All
They
right,
are.
that's a little bit too expensive. How about just small blue gems or pebbles that are not worth that much, but have a kind of shine to them?
Oh, absolutely. So they can give you some like small the turquoise for about 10 gold pieces each.
That's much better.
Right, perfect. You could even go with lapis lazuli, which is cheaper again. It's half the price, but it's not really shiny. It's more of a pastel color, like paint.
Psych.
No, we'll go with the first one, the 10 gold each
All
one.
right, that's turquoise.
Turquoise. 700 gold, correct?
Yeah.
And if I want to get something crafted, does that go through the Queen or do I go to the craftsman?
If you're a craftsman, you just go to the craftsman. Also, it's at half price, so whatever you spend, you get twice as much worth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Gems ain't nothing here.
Can I ask about items that increase strength?
Absolutely. So like gauntlets of ogre power.
I've already got those. I was looking for above the 20 threshold.
That sort of legendary item. As far as they're aware, the manufacturing secrets for those sort of items are generally locked. you tend to have to find items of power, or that sort of level of power.
Not even
Rather
belts
than-
of hill giant strength. I think that's like an uncommon.
A belt of hill giant strength 21.
I think. I don't know.
It still breaks like the 20
The 20
threshold.
threshold. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, making it like pretty. Like, I hate the common uncommon thing. I think I like 5th edition. I really hate.
It's hard to
categorization of it.
gauge like how rare it actually is.
Yeah, it's. I really don't like it. Yeah, 3rd edition had really excellent magical, and so I tend to always go off that. With that in mind, we can probably have a look and see what they used to be valued at. There's a great thing called the PFSRD, the Pathfinder S resource document. What are they called? System resource documents? I can't remember. But if you go to the D20, sorry, not Pathfinder, D20 PFSRD, and look for magic items, copy paste what it is. It'll give you an idea of some of the prices that I base my magic item. So here we go. Using items. So I'll just share this now anyway, and maybe we can have a look and see what hill giant strength is, which helps me to get an idea of what they are, what they should be valued at.
Yeah, I've got mine open. Do you have? Is this the hill giant?
There's a voting kit. Huh.
4,000. All right, but that only increases your strength by what? What does it do? Does it say? So I guess it increases your strength by +2, which is pretty pathetic.
Is this the old one?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just unfortunately one of those items. It doesn't translate very well because although they have the same name, the effect is vastly different. Anyway, it would be worth about 16 grand. It's not going to be cheap. You could halve that price by getting the materials. If you have 4,000 gold pieces worth of gold and 4,000 gold pieces worth of maybe giant skin or giant hair. Giant hair is probably better.
Would they accept credit from the Rod of the Vonendod?
It's not a fair trade in their mind, no. But they will knock off half the price.
Is this for the one above 20 threshold to like 21?
Yeah, to 21. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that
So
seems pretty fair.
They'll knock off half the price, bringing the price down to 8,000.
The real question is, can we have the Talisman of Ultimate Evil?
That's something you definitely have to find. Yeah. They don't have one.
Damn.
Oh, I am back.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
yeah.
16 grand down to 8 grand if you'll give them with the Rod of the Vodnod.
Alright, I'll get some giant hair and I'll come back. Any specific giant hair?
Depends what belt of giant strength you want.
Do we have a head on us right now? We have a dread
I have,
fire
yeah, I
giant.
have a fire giant head.
And
we,
do
have-
they
we need to sell that.
do they
We can cut the head
also
off. It was
have potions of giant strength?
Ah!
Yeah, they have those on they have those on hold. So what does the different ones do? Giant strength, is that simple?
So I don't know.
Yeah, and I presumably the potions do the same.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe that's what it is.
All right. I gave out a potion of Storm Giant Strength years ago to a like a 6th level party that ruined the game. And only for one encounter, but they destroyed this poor dragon. The barbarian just was doing like 80 damage anyway. Monstrous. So Hill Giant Strength. Shit. 375 gold. And then the next one up will be 750. So I guess that's Frost Giant.
Hill Giant it is. I'm
Alright.
happy with that.
Alright.
Brings me up quite a bit.
Are actual normal potions of healing cheaper here or no?
No, just 50 gold. Unless you worship the dwarven gods.
No.
Sadly, no.
I'll buy 2 potions of healing.
All right.
What about a potion of invisibility?
Scoundrel thief. Hey. All right. Let's see how much are they. I think they're 375. Yeah.
I'm
I'll
just
get
gonna
one of
restart
those.
my computer. I'll be right back.
Roger.
It's 1d4 plus, or is it? What's potion of healing? Is it 1d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. The numbers and the bonus is always the same.
Actually, I might as well just pick up 2.
Roger. Okay.
Guess who's buying a glamour weave when we go to Silver
Hell is a
Moon?
glamour weave.
It's probably what that wizard was wearing when his pajamas were like super cool.
How much are they?
Well, they're pretty. They're just uncommon. They're not very. They don't do a whole lot. They just like look cool as fuck, essentially.
Can I get one of lions roaring as a
You can get
bit
a
on
cape.
my coat?
You could get a cape of glamour weave cape. That'd be cool.
I want to get like a glamour weave in my current coat with 2 lions roaring on either side.
No you.
No, you.
No you.
What are you gonna get? Candles or something?
Yeah. Is there like a candle thing? I'm gonna search candle magic items.
Actually, I have got a few. I've got 2 items I kind of want to see if they have that I can buy.
Candelabra.
Candelabra is actually how it's pronounced there, Saxon.
Candle.
That's
Candelabra.
Candelabra.
Yeah,
Candle
right.
knickers.
Do they sell
Candle thong.
Do they sell bags of
Candle
holding?
G-string.
Bags of holding, they do 8,000.
8,000. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to save up some before that. And a little bit more of a specialty item. That I was thinking of getting for me, if it's possible. I doubt it, but winged boots.
Oh yeah, they sell winged boots here. They love winged boots, but 16,000.
16,000. Okay.
But they're
That is
really
nice.
good. Like they're worth it.
Yeah, they're definitely worth it. Yeah, okay. I just need to know some ballpark figures so I can maybe
Alright.
buy some later.
If you can remember those figures and quote them back to me, that I am bound by. I change them from city to city, but even so, I'm like, all right.
It's alright. We have a Neato journal.
Neato!
8,000. Bag of holding. What size would that be? 8,000.
It's the smaller size, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh wait, do we have a bag of holding?
No.
No, I'm trying to buy
No?
one, but it's 8,000.
I would love to buy a candle of invocation at Silvery Min.
What's that?
They're cool. I can tell you that much.
Thanks.
It's too much to explain. They did like 3 different things.
Alright. How much are they?
Probably quite expensive. But they are consumable. They're very rare. Basically, they're created and the candle is associated with a god and alignment. It has a god and alignment, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just smacked the skinned part of my knuckle and it hurt.
Nice.
So you can start burning the candle, lasts for 4 hours. When lit and you're within the 30-foot radius and you are of the same alignment of the candle, you can make attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks with advantage. In addition, a cleric or druid in the light whose alignment matches the candles can cast a first level spells he or she has prepared without expending spell slots,
Wow.
though the spell's affect it as if it were cast with this first level spell. Alternatively, you can light the candle for the first. When you light the candle for the first time, you can cast Gate spell with it. Doing so destroys the candle. Gate is a pretty high level spell. Holy shit! It's a level 9 spell. Wow.
Just gonna get one of them, are you?
Yeah, yeah, you should
Yeah.
buy one. You should buy that.
Literally all it does.
It's
I'm
should give
here to
you-
talk to you about killing the giants.
The things I could just do that with Thaumaturgy. Well, I can't
Now
make them
I've-
glow red. I could just make them red.
That helmet now available at Toy World.
Dread Helm. You just turn yourself into Shredder. Oh my god! Next character, sorry.
Yeah, warrior.
It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's a relic or a legendary item held
I
by
want
a specific character. Bookmark. It lets you teleport. I know that.
Finding out the price of crazy items. How much would like the cloak of bats cost? I think it's like 4,000, right? Something like that, or more.
Cloak of Bats. What's it do?
While he's in the dark, he can turn into a bat, or in dim light, right?
You can use it to fly 40 feet a second.
Oh, there you go.
How often does it recharge? Or is it just a constant thing? Oh right, yeah. If it's going to be seriously expensive. If it's basically, but so it's basically better than the winged boots.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at 32,000.
I'll make a check of that. So
Yeah, yeah,
when somehow I magic across that much gold, I can get it.
yeah.
I get stealing.
Actually, I don't know. I can use armor.
That's
now,
what the
so maybe-
potions of visibility are for. We're coming up to Zymorban Hole. Need that invisibility. Gotta rob that old
Indeed.
fuck blind.
Does anyone have?
True.
Does anyone
Just get the
have
sword,
ac-
okay?
Does anyone have the
Ah.
Acquisitions Incorporated?
We're gonna
book?
grab everything but
Yeah.
the sword.
I've got it.
What is
you
the Spyglass
bastard.
of Clairvoyance?
Let me have a look.
I mean, regular spyglass is 1,000, so
Yeah,
Um,
but this is a magic Spyglass.
there is
100,000.
Sources. Which one was it in? Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yeah. Just go to
In-
Magic Items, type in Spyglass.
Where's magic items? New spells, faction arrivals, company, franchise.
Oh, do these guys have Eyes of Minute Seeing? It's an uncommon item, and it's basically like really good magnifying glasses.
They suggest Silvery Moon.
Oh,
Below. Yeah.
I want that with the what's it called, Saxon?
The Glamour Weave.
The glamour weave of 2 lions on the back roaring while like rearing up,
And farting.
Hide and seek.
shitting at the same time.
You can get that for 1,000 gold. So yeah, you can record that if you want.
Cloak of billowing with 2 lions on the back.
So it's all just visual. That's all. Billows and looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 gold,
Is it-
500 for each.
Yeah, you can bonus action to make it
2
billow.
roaring lions on the back. That's fucking awesome,
Make
actually.
it billow dramatically.
What was the item, Saxon?
Hell yeah, I'll buy that.
You can't get it here. You'll have to get it in Silvery Moon. But that's
Spyglass
I
of
gotta
Clairvoyance.
I gotta record that.
So at rank 2,
There's ranks.
yeah, wondrous item common. At rank 2, your head office supplied spyglass becomes a common magic item. As an action,
That's-
you can look through the spyglass of clairvoyance at a location within 1 mile of you that is obstructing your view, such as a mountain, castle, or forest, and you must succeed on a DC 15 wisdom check using cartographer's tools to map the natural terrain found within 3 miles of that chosen point. You do not get any knowledge on creatures, structures, or anything other than natural
cool.
terrain. This property of spyglass cannot be used again until the next dawn.
That's weird.
So basically, you get to map out 3 miles of land, of natural land, in that area where you look. If
That's
you
pretty
make a
cool.
DC 15 Wisdom check.
Yeah. They're to do with, I believe, the Horde of the Dragon Queen. Yeah, yeah. 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 Just don't click on items. It's simple. What is a spy's murmur?
Alright, I've recorded it.
All right.
Oh, spy's murmur. They're the little earpieces that like FBI agents have. Basically, how cool is that?
Relatively cool.
You could have a staff of adornment.
So are we done with talking to the queen?
Are we done? Are we done with Mithril Hall entirely?
I think so.
No.
Oh,
No.
no, you
Okay.
need to do some sales.
Yeah. So
Alright.
it might take a day to get all these crafted, maybe a bit longer. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But I would like to get a coin crafted that has Bulwark of the North on one side,
Oh yeah.
and on the other side, it's going to be a Storm Giant's head or an Ice Giant. I was going to talk to the party about this, what they'd want, and it was going to be the gems were going to be where the eyes were on the coin, and under the giant's head, it's going to have two great swords.
Sure. All right. Well, he tells you that the sad thing about making up a coin is that you need to make up a single mold. So he'll do it. He'll give you. It'll cost you 10 gold to make up the mold. Once he forges that coin, you can have the mold. You can keep it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right.
You
So
just have
it's
to also place little gems in as well.
yeah. Well, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, with two great swords chopping its head off though.
Yeah.
Like its head's being cut off by the great swords is the point of it.
What is the highest body count we have of giants? Is it Hill Giant?
I
Frost.
think it'd be Frost.
Be Frost. We've
Yeah, it's Frost for sure.
I feel like we've only killed like 5 Hill Giants tops.
we killed 3 in the crags. We killed
We don't count the babies.
over here, and we
No,
killed.
no, we killed 3 without counting the babies in the crags.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5.
Oh no, 4 without counting the babies in the crags.
We've killed 5. Killed 1 at the halflings' houses. That's it. This is an order of when we killed them. 3 when we first passed through
It
the
doesn't
crag.
matter. It's not going to be a hill giant. It's going to be a. It's
Yeah.
going to be a frost
Why would
giant.
we
or
want an
something.
ugly Hill Giant on our coin?
Frost has spoken.
um. So yeah, whatever
Alright.
the party wants, we'll go with. I feel like it should be ice.
Frost giant.
Frost giant, yeah.
The staff of healing.
Cool. What sort of coin do you make? Gold, platinum?
Adamantine.
How is a platinum 1 for every 10 gold?
Yeah, that's right. 10.
What would a mithril coin be worth?
Oh,
Is it-
maybe 100 gold.
Is there any other like different types of ores?
Yeah,
Adamantine?
yeah. Electrum's pretty special. It's only a blend of gold usually, but it is a special coin.
You could copy Brag and Diartha.
They use adamantine. Yeah, mithril. Or what else? Bronze and brass, of course. Nothing.
Can't-
I can. Yeah.
I was hoping for like more of a silvery kind of look to it, I
Yeah.
guess. So it'll either be platinum, silver, or something else that has a kind of sheen or shine to it.
Yeah, mithril is very reflective, so there's that. It's luminescent aluminium. But that's I guess you wouldn't want an aluminium coin. But yeah, mithril is like stainless steel. That's what it looks like.
Might go
Um,
with Mithril then.
Yeah, cool. So it'll be 100 gold pieces for that coin. That's just how much the value is. It'll be worth 100 gold pieces as well.
I was hoping to get 70 crafted. That's the thing.
Then you're probably going to want to not use Mithril.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Might have
Yeah.
to be just silver then.
Yeah, just silver. So 70 will cost you 7 gold.
Sure, that'll do.
Ah, you have minted your own coins, and you got the mold as well, so you can use whatever coin you want in the future.
Cool. I just gotta grab something, so I'll be right back. But I'll hand those to Prophet and just say you can give those to whoever you think will help us in this fight, because they can prove they fight for us. Yeah, that's it. Be right back.
You can no longer move, Prophet.
Too heavy.
Oh, really? Oh man, I thought I was sure that 70 coins would break your back.
It's almost.
Nah, no. If you drop your mana, then I'm sure that you're right. Chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Absolute chaos. Uh-huh.
Oh my god, the shield of expression. That's good.
Do we have any more business in Mithril Hall?
I think that's it.
Then
Unless
we may
everyone
have.
wants something else. I think that's all. Everyone wants to go to
Zymorvan
Who
Hall.
wants to go to the free loot spot?
Morven Hall.
The journey to Rivermoot downhill is easier than going up. And you're thankful, although it does still strain the legs walking down those slopes, even going downwards. And you pick up Muro and Luro and the rest of the baggage train and prepare to travel.
How many days? Sorry, it costed us money.
2 days. 2 more days. So you went up there for
4
2.
days. Total.
You didn't spend a single night in Mithril Hall, did you?
I don't.
Did anyone want to buy land?
In
How
Mithril
much is
Hall?
land?
Well, outside Mithril Hall, rather. I'll go.
Settlestone.
All right.
Your
I'll,
money's wood.
Yeah, I'll just drop the price. So yeah, these are the prices.
Um, our enterprising young sorcerer over here.
Yeah. On an acre of rocky alpine land, a mile outside of town, which is 50 feet, 100, averages 1,000.
Parchment? Yeah,
Parchments?
they have some parchment. Much more at Silvery Moon. They manufacture it there, but you can buy paper at the regular Player's Handbook price. If there's not there, then there would be blank book. I'm pretty sure. Good. That's good for me.
Would Mithril Hall be interested in buying like Roth? So if I buy
Yeah.
an rocky alpine land, I
Yeah.
can store some Roth there and have like a smaller little Roth keep that
Quick
I can sell
question.
to Mithril Hall.
Quick
Yeah.
question. Who's gonna cart the Roth over here?
Well, I've got the
They're very
giants.
interested. Yeah, very interested in having Roth. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got the giants protecting my main base, and I can have the man. No,
Goliaths.
sorry, centaurs. Red
Goliath.
centaurs. And I can have the Minotaur bring his Roth here every now and then and hire people here to. Well, probably not, actually.
Roth are some of the only creatures that work in really steep, really cold environments. So, just like those longhorn goats or something like that, they're one of the few creatures that could probably adapt to these. When they're selling an acre of land for 50 gold pieces, it's basically the top of a mountain.
Mm.
And that would be shit for pretty much anyone, except maybe a Roth. A Roth could live up there.
I guess I'd talk to the queen and ask, business deal, how I would have supply of Roth here if she has that. If I buy that acreage of land and she oversees it to make sure no one steals from it, blah blah blah. She has free, a cheap, hard, discounted price of Roth for whatever she needs them for.
If she will guarantee to buy up to 50 Roth per year if you supply her with a minimum of 10. So you must supply her with 10 or you break the contract. And if you do supply her with 10, she'll take up to 50 each year for maybe like 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll buy some land.
All right. You have a contract with the Queen to supply Roth. How many acres of land do you want?
So it's 50 gold for an acre.
If you buy the really, really, really shit land, it's awful.
What
Like you have to, like there's no bridges leading to your mountain. It's bad.
What could I get for 200 gold?
Oh, the land that's quite bad, but not that bad. Like maybe there's a rickety old rope bridge that swings in the wind.
Yeah. What could I get? Okay, so what about 500? Like
500 is good. 500 is the sort of place that you could raise your children and you would feel safe, confident with your kids playing outside. But then again, once in a while, they might tumble down into the valley below to their instant death. But
that's all right.
as long as
Roth
they're
is smarter
sensible
than
kids.
children, so
Exactly. Yeah, Roth they are.
yeah. Well, I've so I need to at least give her 10. What is it? A month?
A year. Yeah, 10 a year.
10 a year.
Yeah.
So
50
how
a
many
year, wasn't
how many how many how many Roth could I fit in an acre of land?
Probably about one Roth. We'll say one Roth just to make it easy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have the money to
Just
to
get
buy
the shit
enough
land. They can live there.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a rocky investment, but
Good joke.
pun not intended. Okay, so I'm gonna need, if I buy the 50, I'm gonna need 10 plots of acres in a shit house.
It's gonna be a pretty mountainous journey to get
You're gonna
these,
need like
Do you
It's gonna be
need
a quest.
she'll buy she'll get at least 60 a year is what she's saying.
if you need
so you
need
need
money,
at least 50 acres.
Roz can help.
Oh, maybe. So if I get, so if I go 100, I'll only get 8 in. So I go.
If you buy 100 acres, you'll get your own mountain.
Oh, you're
No, I
helping
mean
with
100
animals? Are
100
you helping
gold.
with animals?
Hmm?
Are you helping with animals?
Yeah.
Laura is gonna come. Oh no, it's her gold. I shouldn't do this. Never mind.
Yeah. No, don't do that. Well, technically, I'm selling them
Animals.
to either slaughter or use for labor. So
Yeah,
she
she
probably
probably
wouldn't be into it.
wouldn't.
Yeah, no. Oh. Oh, so she takes the first 10
Yeah,
No,
it's
not
the
no, she'll pay for them. She'll buy.
You're right.
But you must supply her with 10. Otherwise, like, why am I doing this business with you? You're a shit businessman. You understand? Like,
Yeah.
if you manufacture steel, then you demand people supply you with coal, or you go out of business.
60 times 50, oh, not 50, so is it 60 times 10 Roth is 600, go 80, if I give him 80 gold per acre, for 10 acres, that's 800 gold. So,
Done.
not really much difference in 50 to 80 gold per acre.
No, but there'll be more grass, for example. The land is not much better, but it is better. It's not complete shit.
Okay.
It's less ice, more grass.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that. So 80 gold an acre for 10 acres, so I can get 10 Roth there.
All right.
And then I'll just have a steady stream of alternating centaurs guiding them here as they go.
Perfect.
And I can use that as a trade route.
It's Goliath. We sent the Goliath.
Goliath.
Because we bought furs, or we bought
You know what it's like
horse
for a
and
CEO.
furs and shit off
You know what
of-
it's like for a CEO. You don't remember your people under you.
Told you.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that. That'll cost me 800 gold for the whole lot.
Aridel's got
And
a better
then,
memory. I don't even need what's it called?
and I'll
Keen
do
mind.
that. And then
Why
I'll
did it take that
have,
forever to get there?
Excellent.
and then
So you now own the northern side of a mountain, 5 miles town. It's really blisteringly cold. It has these winds that pour down from the spine of the world, but the view is incredible. It's like being at one of those mountain Sweden or Switzerland or something and just looking down onto the endless mountains of valleys below.
yeah. And make like a
Absolutely.
little petting farm here as well. Can make some like teleportation circles to make it easier. But I mean, it's really good that I've hired Goliaths because they can come here, travel with the Roths to get here, and then live here with them until they, the next lot get, and then they can go back. And yeah, it'll be
All
a
right.
nice
Anyone
setup.
else investing? Anyone else want to buy the other side?
I don't have that much money, and I don't want a rocky house.
I'm gonna buy a ring of land around your land so you can't expand. I'm not.
I don't need to expand.
I'm
It'd
going
be
to build
funny, eh?
bridges over you.
I'm gonna wall you in so you can't get out. The
I'm gonna
road
build a
can't, but they can
dome.
jump.
But some
Alright.
have a dome.
All right.
And
And-
I'll ask, I guess, Aradel if she can send a message to the Minotaur. I forgot his name. If he can, Balrog, if he can get some trade routes, Balrog up and running with the Goliaths to Mithril Hall for the land I've just purchased to get Roths in.
Is this for your business?
Yeah,
Am
for
I
my
sending?
business,
Ah,
and I can pay you if you want.
I was just about to ask.
How much?
It's a third level spell.
1/3 of your land.
Gone for a whole day. Don't want your land.
I didn't offer it.
I'll...
Good night.
Wild Gold whispers in your ear, 300, 300, 300.
Really?
700.
But it's not. You got to get it back, so it's not worth that.
Yeah, but what if I needed that third level spell today?
We won't. We're traveling.
I'll cut you. Mate's rates 100 gold.
Getting robbed in broad daylight.
I reckon, man. If I had to pay Western Union at 100.
Yeah,
Holy
well, I'm just
shit.
gonna go to the Queen to send messages to see if she has a messenger owl or something that I can send to my compatriots.
That's quite
Because
alright.
fuck that. I'm not paying
I've already, I've travelled too far though. You can't. Ah, what a shame.
75.
Yeah, yeah.
No way.
So if you do business with that guy, you buy some land. You're now a citizen of Settlestone. That entitles you to all sorts of rights, including the right to use carrier pigeons.
I send a carrier pigeon, and I let them know the business exchange, and I give them the orders of rotating deposits of a Roth to this place. And obviously, I
Do I hit the pigeon? Do I hit
What
the
do you-
pigeon?
You know you do.
I'm not. I'm just joking.
God, I was gonna let loose a
Firebomb a pigeon out of the sky.
What are the
There we
chances?
go. I'm sending my message, and then I was like, no, you're not.
The real question is, what are the chances of a pigeon making it all the way to Bridgenda?
Over the spine of the world.
It exists for a reason.
It should make it there in 9 days.
9 days. Okay, that's fine as long as it gets there.
They're dwarven pigeons. They're the best fucking pigeons.
They're like those hawks with like the metal armor on their beaks and shit. Man.
The pigeons.
Jesus.
Well, you're not a
You're not a citizen.
Citizen. You can't use them.
Ooh,
It's
you
gonna
can
cost
charge
you
him.
30 gold
Buy
a
some
metal
land.
a letter.
But buy 5 gold worth of land and then just send some letters off.
50 gold is the minimum. There's 1 acre of.
Apparently,
What are
Apparently
the
I
don't
most
know.
So
important
why don't
people
you?
we need to inform? Oh, how
The
many
short
colonies
answer
do
is
we have?
yes, they would. But I mean, yeah, they would.
The day that we, the day we bought a mountain and sent letters off.
It's funny. Businessmen know no shame.
The bards will sing, and if more pigeons.
The
But woe, Mithril Hall had not enough pigeons, and thus the cause was lost.
the dirge of carrier pigeons.
It's they refuse your request, but they offer you to buy the other side of his mountain. Unfortunately, however, the value has now risen because by the act of buying such a large plot of land, it's kind of stimulated the economy and
Price is subject to change with no, with no warning.
something like that. The truth is, however, the other a bit better because it's not blasted by frosty winds.
Should have chose probably.
But see, that's why he was cheap.
Nah,
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
I'll
You can buy an
accept
acre.
25 golds worth to send immediately.
Unfortunately, they only come in acres. You can buy a house for 100 gold, but it doesn't come with land. It's just a house.
Just hovering.
No, well, sort of.
Oh my god, a floating house. Amazing.
That's 10,000 gold for floating house.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's pretty cheap.
That's
So
so
we'll buy a
That's right.
floating house.
Attach it to Muro and just drag it along Muro's small house.
Oh my
Now I want a
god.
fucking floating
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Silvery Moon. You'll find one of
Drives up to fucking Mithril Hall. What's up, homies?
that. That's pretty good. It's Star Wars, that is.
Is there like some version of like you know how there's the immovable rod?
Yeah.
Is there one that just is you can set it at a certain height and it will never go underneath that? That'd be pretty interesting.
Immovable rods do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
As in like you can move it like horizontally on the horizontal axis, but like you couldn't move it up or down. That'd be like basically a hover rod.
Oh, right.
That'd be that'd be interesting.
Maybe. Tensor's floating disc can be made
Yeah,
permanent.
same. Oh yeah, that's right. Hell yeah, just get like 50 casts of Tensor's floating disc under there. Anyway. So we're traveling. So 40 gold from the treasury for the board. I believe it was. Was it more?
The board.
Board for our wood.
Those dwarves.
Oh yeah,
tell them
it
to
was
profit.
40.
Oh, it's 30 gold per day. Sorry, and it
30
took
gold.
4 days. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 120 gold.
Yep.
I'll minus that from our gold.
They complain and they give you a bill that's 100 because they said that he actually ate 150 gold.
We had an agreement though.
The agreement stands and they grumble and they do a loss and they promise never to take another mammoth ever again.
I mean, you could have just not fed him more. They felt bad for him.
He kind of like ate, they kind of couldn't stop him because they didn't have a.
He like reached over to the horse next door and ate all of their hay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that was.
Fuck.
What can you do? What can you do?
You can predict better.
So it takes us 2 more days to get back down. We load up with our wood and begin the journey to the next leg. 50 miles, not so long really. In fact, that huge branch from Warburton Shield to Nesme was almost twice that length.
Do I know if that Fey book that I have would get me into Candlekeep?
You don't know. In fact, you can't really know until you get there.
True.
Yeah. So the best you can do is hope, and
We've got
maybe
3
take
of them.
maybe take a backup one too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll write my own book so they can let me in. Then
It's
they won't have it before.
might be a good idea.
Oh wait,
How to
they
kill
accept
giants
maps,
good.
right?
Sometimes, yeah.
And they might want a map from
Made from the moon.
made from the moon and then adjusted from the ground.
That sounds right up their alley. Like maps are kind of like a maybe, but a hand-drawn map from outer space, that's worth having.
Yeah. I had plenty of
Perfect.
time. Cool, yeah. That is what I mean, yeah, you can get a copy before you give it to them. It's one of their deals, one of their many deals. I've got a rewards card from them. Goes between all libraries on in the Sword Coast and the non-Sword Coast.
Oh,
It
for
only
6 stamps,
takes.
you get a free book.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good value.
They'd
It only
probably just let
takes
me anyway.
2 days to get to Zymorvan Hall, and they're uneventful days. The wind blows down from the snarfbine of the world, a bit of snow falls. Occasionally you see trolls strolling out in the Evermoors. If you really want to go and hunt them down, you absolutely can. But given the size of your entourage, they stick to hunting rabbits and snakes rather than going after you. Yeah, incredible amounts.
It's heist time.
It
We're
is.
going leaps and bounds.
Before you reach Zymorvan Hall, you've seen an keep that looks like it's seen better days, beginning to fall under the weight of its own neglect rather than any physical damage by siege or otherwise. Um, you've made it within a few miles of the castle, humble as it is. Surrounding the hall, there's the feudal farmland for the people who serve this lord. Before you ever make it even that far, while you've still got wild grasslands on your left and swamps on your right, you see a band of riders come out, a band of 10 riders, um, relatively heavily armed, chainmail, bearing the flags and banners of the Zymorvan family, which is a tremendously large sword on a banner of grey. It was nice.
Antarum. Zen Morven Hall.
They ride up to us.
They are on their way, so you will have a couple of minutes before they arrive if you have any plans to set up an ambush.
We load our ballistae.
Excellent.
Aradel, I want you to talk to them with me.
Magic?
No, we don't. What?
We're not fighting.
I'm not good at talking. I can tell the truth and be pragmatic. I can, you know.
Well, yeah, we just want them to trust us.
Oh.
I need to talk to Harthos Zymorvan.
Harthos?
Yeah, he's I was told he's the head.
Okay. All right. Should be easy, right?
Hopefully.
Are they?
Well,
10
they'll
seconds.
about 3 minutes. They'll be here. Yeah.
I could talk to them if you'd like.
Oops.
All right then, never mind.
I don't know. I'll try talking to them, but yeah, I'll try talking to them.
I
Alright.
can back you up, I guess. I'm a friendly face.
All right. So, are you all ready for them? And These are knights of the realm, as they appear to be, with their heraldry and their banners. They don't quite look like they're ready for tournament, but they're not that far off. They're very colourful, and their horses are dressed in those long robes that are best suited for jousting. Hail, travellers, and welcome to the lands of Lord Zymorvan. If ye need somewhere to stay, be it for rest or for fine fare, won't you make your way to Zymorvan Hall, where you can find accommodation within the walls of the good Lord Zymorvan?
Oh, thank you very much. Usually when gods come out, it's to hassle us.
Ah, I understand. These are dangerous times, and many men are overzealous in their protection of their realms.
I guess you people don't need to fear with your great giant slaying king, lord.
If the Lord will forgive me for saying this, sir, Lord Harthos has seen better days. He is an old man now, and, well, thankfully, the chaos of the spell plague is long behind us, and we have a new range of challenges, but the realm isn't as strong as perhaps it was. But I've said too much now. I'm sure that you'll find safe walls, safety behind our walls. Won't you come with me as we return to the keep?
I was actually hoping to talk to Lord Harthos Zymorvan, if that's possible.
Oh,
I'm with the Lord's Alliance, you see. I'll show the signet
oh,
ring.
oh! For a moment, I thought perhaps you were a circus. I see. Uh, well, I shall make it known to Lord Harthos that you are a dignitary and a representative of.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I thought I lagged out or something.
That's right.
So he will organise or at least he'll pass on the message for you anyway.
All right.
But I don't recognise it. Forgive me, Sir Mr. Prophet. Aye, well, be that as it may, I admit that I don't know it now, and forgive me for that, Prophet.
I guess we head in with them then.
They take you back to the courtyard, now on the edge of the swamp. An old castle that built to keep trolls at bay and to protect the trade that flowed along this dangerous route. Um, it's certainly a simple domain, a little feudal keep of maybe 1,000 people, virtually all of them farmers or fishermen. The keep itself, as mentioned before, is both humble and in a state of disrepair. But the little inn that they put you up at, called the Gatehouse and Bailey, is a homely little place, and they do their best they can to make you at home. Um, the stable hand takes care of the animals. So Luro will have to take care of Muro because that's well and truly out of his expertise. There is a cook that will cook whatever you want, assuming that they have the ingredients. There's a scribe who specifically wants to hear all about you and record your tales, and in fact has already heard the story of you, mostly from that song that was written, the poem. That's his frame of reference for you guys. That's how he knows about you through the poem that you. Yeah, that's the one. I think Aradel penned it, wasn't it?
I penned other poems.
Right.
I've got
Excellent.
I've got the what's the town called? I got a Nightstone poem, a series of poems.
All right. So, well, the scribe has references to these, and simply wants to learn more. Is ecstatic to study at your feet, and all the while, there's also a musician who plays the flute and the lute and the drums, and they would be delighted if you would patronize them and allow him to sing for his supper, or at the end of the night you can decide what their entertainment was worth.
Right. So we get a whole meal and entertainment.
Meal and entertainment. You get a person who wants to record your stories, someone looking after your animals, and you're really looked after here in Zymorvan Hall. But there's no sign of the Lord.
And Wild will lie about his own stories.
Look,
Oh,
he
quickly,
wants more detail than you even give. He is meticulous about it.
every time Wild lies to them, I will try and fix them in secret.
It makes for a lot of corrections and opinions.
You weren't there with some of the stories, though. That's the thing. I'll just tell the
Except
stories you don't know.
because he's part of the media, he puts in both sides. So evidently there was 8 frost giants were killed, although some reports say that there was 35.
Some reports say that 3 of the members went hunting white wolves and ran into 200 of them.
200. People dispute this figure. You decide.
There's not that many in the north.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
You're welcome. Just hit him with one of those. Oh,
But there's no Lord.
Still no lord.
I
Alright.
tip them 24 gold because that's what I have on my person.
Look, you boost the local economy. This is a good day for Zymorvan Hall.
Boost up the economy, drive up house prices, drive out the poor.
Grid.
Indeed. That's
Wild
how it
will,
works.
Wild will tip them 20 gold from the party funds.
Hey,
Hey!
What?
not from the party fund.
Guess
You
what?
can't tip people from the party funds.
Well, they've gotten enough then, haven't they?
Well, sure thing.
Wow, yeah.
From the kindness of everyone's hearts here, I will give you 20 gold.
That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah, exactly. As your life is a sacrifice, I will
I just want to meet the Lord.
go ask to meet the Lord.
Go to his house.
Yeah, I'll go see if there's any guards, like, outside the Lord's house.
There are
I'll-
knights. There are
I'll
knights.
follow
like-
him.
No worries. Yeah, so afternoon nap. Make an either perception or insight check.
Perception, because insight is like the weakest thing I have.
Cat's going off to cause trouble again.
Nah, I'm good.
The dragon,
No.
No?
because they're getting into trouble.
So
I'm not
afternoon
getting into
nap,
trouble.
You've noticed a couple of things about this location. First of all, it's small. I think we've covered that. It's also quaint. It's also a little bit run down. So none of these are really to your advantage because it means that because it's compact, it makes it easier to be discovered. because it's
Invisible.
quaint. Good point. Good point. But they're probably a little bit poorer than you might have hoped.
I thought these were rich fucks. Are they
Well,
poor?
they've let their castle get run down, you know, and they've only got 1,000 growing food. Like maybe they're not quite as rich as you thought, but there's also a silver lining to this because it is run down. It means that getting in's a little bit easier. They don't have as many guards as they might otherwise have. There's also holes in the wall that have yet to be repaired that could be exploited by someone willing to get dirty and wet as they move through mold and moss and slime. Otherwise, you'd have to go up to the very high windows because there's no window first or second floor. You'll have to go up to the third floor in order to kind of get access. So
That'd be easy.
that's what you're looking at.
Well, but I thought these guys were towns to rob these fucks, and it turns out they're poor. What?
Rob people in Silvermere a day.
I only wanted to rob these guys because they're in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't think they'd be so fucking poor.
Curse their benevolent feudal mastery. Why can't you exploit your people more? You should raise your taxes, damn it!
Even if I drink a potion of invisibility, I doubt I'll get the same worth out of robbing the place as the potion of invisibility.
That is a possibility.
What you could have done was gone to Mithril Hall.
But I thought
I'll
this
let you
guy would be
find one.
rich. That's why I've ignored every other town, because a guy with a talking sword, I did not expect him to be poor.
Probably where all his wealth is.
What? I mean, no,
Yeah.
I'm fucking ignoring that. I'm stealing everything else. I thought a guy with a talking sword would have more than one magic item, and I was going to ignore the talking sword because that's a bit obvious if I steal that and steal everything else. But I mean, I got a disappointed now. Just so
Maybe-
disappointed.
The cat's like waving his tail around. Yeah, not a
I'm
happy.
pissed off. This place sucks.
I'm gonna rob him for being so poor anyway. I'm just not.
Wow.
Don't rob them, please, Nap.
I'm not even. I'm gonna. I'm gonna
Let
stealth
these-
away from. I'm gonna stealth away from Wild Gold.
No worries, no worries. So, well, goals. You have disappeared. So, to give you the rough sort of layout of this place, it's a keep. And you're already inside the walls because they invited you in. The tavern and everything else is inside the wall. So you've already breached the wall. All you've got to do now is get into the keep itself. And as explained, it's basically a single tower. And on the third story, this tower has windows, but there are cracks and holes on the various levels that mean you could slip in here or there as you prefer.
I just got a simple plan. I just want to climb to the top and look in through the
Okay.
window and see if there's anything of value. And if there isn't, I'm just going to abandon the raid and leave. Because at
Alright,
the top's where I imagine the valuable things would be.
cool. This, unfortunately, is an insight check. But fortunately, it's something you're experienced with, and so you have advantage on the insight check. First of all, do you use your invisibility potion, or are you just trying to climb up the side where no one can see you?
I'm not going to bother with an invisibility potion. I don't think it's quite worth it. Just going to try to use natural stealth.
All right, you have disadvantage on your stealth roll, so roll that one again and take the lower of the two. All right. They have advantage on their perception check, and it's not good, but there is now a chance. You have been spotted.
Do we see
But not
him
before-
scaling up the wall?
You guys can also make your perception checks. You have advantage because a cat on the. is-
I'm still in the tavern, like just chilling out, having a nice tea
Sorry, can't help you.
Alright.
and supper.
So you look around.
You're all blind. Ha! I'll get away with it.
You get up to the third story and you look around, and sure enough, he's got some stuff in about. But it is kind of old. It's a bit like your great grandmother. It's that sort of decor. What there's a lot of suits of armor. A lot of suits of armor are made of presumably steel. full plates standing in various corners. So each of those sets of full plates got to be worth, even if you sold it for scrap metal, about 250 gold piece each, just right there. There's silk sheets on the bed now. Granted, they're about 40 years old, maybe longer. He probably got them as a wedding present, but they're still silk. Candelabras and mirrors. Again, it's the sort of decor that old people collect during their life and don't get rid of. Its sentimental value is probably 10 times its actual value, but you could definitely pawn it off for a tidy sum. But with that inside of 5, you don't look in and immediately see anything that, or inside of 10 rather, because of advantage. You don't look in and immediately see anything that strikes your fancy. Just but there is stuff, just nothing that stands out.
I don't even think it's even worth looking around even further with that stuff. I'm just gonna leave.
Hey, you! What are you doing up there? Down
Yes,
from there.
I guess I'll climb down and approach him, saying I was getting a better view of the city, tallest tower.
Well, make a deception check. Oh, if you wanted to get a good view, why didn't you
Sorry, what?
to the roof?
The roof, but there's a tower. It's easier to climb than a building.
Oh, all right, you are. Cat is. And they think nothing more of it. After all, you are representatives of the Lord's Alliance. The Lord's Alliance would never spy on anyone.
Yeah.
Cool. Guess I'll just walk away now.
Exactly.
I just hide my disappointment at how poor these people are.
Why don't you learn how to tax? My God.
Like, yeah, that guy's got food in his mouth. That should be taxed away. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Wow.
Your peasants are fat. How can you let that happen?
They should be like dying on the floor. There's too many of them as well.
They're bait for the trolls. But anyway, you make it to the front gate. Those of you who are still on your way, and the guards aren't admitting anyone to the keep.
I need to talk to Arthur Zymorvin. I have knowledge of his son and have a deal to make with him.
Knowledge of his son. Oh, make a persuasion roll.
Alright. I'll also tell them that I was told to meet with him by a Gala Meltimer, who's the inn owner from Tribal.
You have advantage on your check.
Advantage on persuasion?
Yeah.
19.
The old man's having a nap. He's going to want to hear about his son. Maybe he's just making it up. Do you think that he'd quote Ulgarther if he was just making it up? And they go and get the old knight, who soon enough has invited those of you who want to come and dine with him, to eat at his table tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would say legendary, but that's exaggerating. He's well known, very well known.
Wild is obviously going.
Where's I go to?
I'll go for free food.
Yeah.
Time for more relaxing.
Where are we all going?
All right. The fare he puts on is relatively for a lord. And there is some river fish and some vegetables again taken from the swamp, some figs taken from the forest, and a bit of hair, but the hair is a little spindly. And the man that you meet with, old, venerable, might be pushing 80 or even beyond. He looks up longingly many times during the night to a pair of hooks that hang over the dinner table that should hold a sword, but no longer do. The old man is polite and gentle, and soon enough, conversation turns to the tale of giants and the tale of his son. And he'd like to know if the stories that he's heard about you are true. Are you really the heroes that the world needs in this hour? Why he? Many prophets have come in the past and misinterpreted scripture. Some have thought that dead dragons would rule the world, and they got it wrong. Why not you? I respect your gambit. You have seen what may or may not come to pass, and have opted to do what you think is right.
That is correct. I'm the one with knowledge of your son, you see. And I also wanted to talk to you about an item you have. A certain sword.
He looks up to the empty hooks. An item that I had, but no longer.
What happened to it?
My son absconded with our ancestral blade. I fear he thought I would pass him over. He is no warrior. He is a bit of a playboy, someone who doesn't have the temperament or wisdom yet to rule. And he fears I will pass him over and blade to someone else, that I will adopt a new son. And he has taken my blade, and I fear that he has pawned it off to the Red Wizards in Silvery Moon. My ancestral blade, used by my grandfather and my father, used by my own hands to fell more giants than I remember. Now gone, sold for mere coin.
What exactly do you want to happen to your son? Do you want me to bring him back? Do you?
I would that someone could apprehend that vagabond, bring him back, and somehow bring the blade back too. What a coup that would be! I would make that person a knight. I would knight them in the oath of the 3 crowns, if they would be willing to swear to the crowns of old.
I don't know what that means exactly. Can you explain that a little bit?
Oh, my boy, of course. I apologize. I am a knight of Falorm, one of the last knights of Falorm in the world. It was a kingdom, the kingdom of 3 crowns. 800 years ago, elves and dwarves, men, all threw in their lot together, made one kingdom with 3 rulers. The oath towards the elves. The elven king promised to protect the land, and the dwarven king promised to protect the traditions. and the human king promised to protect the community. I swore an oath in my youth, the oath of the elven crown, of the dwarven crown, of the human crown, that I would serve these ideals. And the knights that you see here in this tower, we few who remain, are the last knights of Forlorn that I know of. But would that I could pass my traditions on to someone worthy of the honor of knighthood, someone who could fetch my son back without hurting him.
I'll bring your son back. And I'll get your blade back as well. If I bring back your blade and you knight me, would you permit me to use said blade on the giants?
He lays his hand, old and gnarled, blue varicose veins coursing through it on your shoulder. If you brought it back, I would name you to my realm and give you my ancestral blade, that someone brave enough to wield it again would take the war to my old foes.
I'm willing to do that. And then I'll extend my arm for a manly handshake where they grab wrists.
He does that, but his grip is weak and feeble, his skin papery. His gaze, however, is bright and firm, and the deal is made.
I want to lean into Aradel and whisper, ask him if he could maybe use some healing magic or something to ease a little bit of his pain and get him a little bit more sprightly.
It's not a painkiller.
I don't know how magic works.
I can banish him for a minute.
No, don't do that. I guess we finish eating the dinner and telling stories and
Magnificent.
While eating, if he dies, I can resurrect.
Resurrection. What god honors you with such power?
Not yet. I can bring you back from the brink within a minute of passing.
Me? Why would you do that?
Oh, I mean in general, but if you died right now, I would do it without a.
Oh, save your magic for the young. I've had my life, and if I were to drop dead in this bowl of soup, then I would have no regrets.
I was just waiting for him to stop talking for a second. Like what?
Plunk.
Ah, yes, but Prophet, there is no such thing as dying from old age for people.
if he starts to have a heart attack, I'll stab him.
Yeah. My god is.
He's dying, kill him!
Decapitates him. My god is Zinnia, mostly unknown and removed god right now. The scribe of Ogma, if you've heard of Ogma.
The god of all learning. That dog, fuck me, dead.
It's trying to learn.
I'm gonna have to go and kick it, I think, again. I'm pretty sure.
Roar.
Alright.
One more buck from you.
Exactly.
Alright. It knows.
Psychic connection. That's my druid powers right there. Ah, no druid powers.
He's testing it.
Druid kick!
Sorry if you could get away with it while you were talking. Distraction. Rah! Oh, it's getting warm in my room. When's the prophet gonna start worshipping Dania? It's alright. Gods aren't masters. Oh, there's very little rules to Dania. The main rule is do not create without thoughtless and wanton destruction. Do not create for thoughtless and wanton destruction.
What did you say your name was again? It's Wild Gold.
I am Wild Gold. Wild of Clan Gold, of course. No.
You understand that swearing these oaths is will bind you to them. Oaths are meant to be taken seriously.
I do understand.
Then you will protect the land and the traditions and the community of Fair Forlorn, which stretches from the coast to the edge of the Evermoors in the.
You cut off, sorry.
Just saying that it used to. Yeah, that's right. Stretched from the coast to the Evermoors in the days of old.
Just protect, like, go around protecting the place?
I guess so. Like specifically the oaths of this. The oath of the land, of the community. These are the three things that you must protect. That's the very simple version of it.
Paladin.
I understand. I promise to uphold the oath. That's sort of what we're doing anyway, so
Pretty much.
go around protecting.
That's right. Professional protector. It just makes it official.
No, I do it without pay. That's when you turn into a professional.
No.
Professional gold.
Professional gold. What's his son's name?
Oh, good question.
Jeremy.
Can't remember.
Jeremy Zymorvan.
Arthur Simorvan. Jeremy's.
Yeah, the sun is good enough for me. I'll find it, but yeah, the sun is good enough.
Kill the son, bring him back to life so that I can already have manacles on him.
Do you want to
Then
pay
we
me
take him
300?
back nice and easy.
You got to pay 300 gold for that.
Easy peasy. It's chump change.
Okay.
All right.
And then they brought me back to
Decapitated
life.
me with a flaming sword, and then they shoved the diamond in the socket and brought me back to life.
I don't think I can resurrect decapitation.
Negative.
Oh,
Unless
thank
I have
God
all the body
we've
parts,
realized this
right?
right now.
It's just like, I'm glad we
We
had
didn't decapitate his son.
If I like Lego block someone together, right? I can revive them, right? Or do they? Or
Yes.
Only women.
wow. Heads up, Reese. We are recording.
People in the future, I would like to specify. Okay.
That was a joke.
I have tons of friends that are women.
I'm not racist. My friends are black.
Everyone's- That's
I
exactly right.
can't be misogynist. I have women friends.
Yeah.
I love bitches.
Yeah, that's it. Objectifying these bitches.
Can't believe this motherfucker sold the sword.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't know
Red
that he
weird
sold the sword.
dude.
He assumes he sold the sword.
God, if he sold the sword, I'm gonna kill him.
Are we
This
good to
is gonna
leave?
turn into the longest.
We are
I think
We
we could
spend
leave.
spend the night, right?
You wanna
Yeah.
spend the night?
Yeah, we would have spent the night after having dinner and regaling him with stories and stuff.
He serves like for dessert. You have custard And if you want, you can have prunes. He's having prunes.
Is there apple pie?
No, unfortunately, no.
Damn.
Ross Port, no.
Pull that stale ass apple pie could probably fucking be used as a improvised weapon at this point.
I'd poke Roz, like, hey Roz, do you want to have an eating contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who am
Just
I up,
bef-
who am I up against?
Me.
Okay.
Okay,
Easy.
ready? And just before we start, I cast haste on myself and eat with the fury of double speed.
Wait,
Constitution
only-
checks?
I can only eat like fruit and shit, and or anything that's not meat. So.
Well, custard isn't meat.
Why don't you eat
Oh
meat?
yeah.
That's what
You
I
just
thought we were
slurp
eating.
it through his trunk in an instant.
You're
Glug,
right.
glug, glug. By the way, by the time we get to Silvery Moon, our griffins should be full grown.
Yes,
Fully
and we can
grown?
finally ride them.
And fly everywhere. Fuck yes.
Or the second increase. That was all that was written.
Oh,
I don't know
okay,
if,
probably
full,
not
I don't know
right
if it was
then.
fully grown. But yes,
Fully grown?
something. Yeah,
Grown
just
full?
cocked.
Kill the boy, steal the sword. Never
That's
go
the
back.
plan. That's a good
Never
plan.
get back.
No, we are going back.
Kill the
Are we
boy.
though?
Sorry,
Steal the sword.
Apparently,
Take the
he's
sword,
with.
never give it back. Fuck the elves.
We'll kill all of the knights and take the.
take the castle by force.
Well,
Gonna
They
rule
can-
the Evermores.
They can keep it. Nap says it's pretty shitty.
I speak giant. Trolls speak giant. I can teach them all to invade Zymorvan Hall.
Brainwash them.
The great plan.
Oh god.
Or we could go into the Moonwood and we could open that fairy gate.
yeah.
Like send evil fairies in to murder it.
Hey, does anyone want to go into the Moonwood and get sent to the Fey Wild?
What?
Nah.
Alright.
Pardon? You
What-
don't? Wow, lame.
No,
No, I'm
the sword's that way, Saxon.
Because of the discipline shown him, there is a notable lack of cat burglary this very night. And I think we are ready to move on those final 60, 70 miles to Silvery Moon.
I feel
Cat
like there needs to be an
burglary.
organization of rogues that goes around leaving little symbols on the doors like in Skyrim, so that I don't need to waste my time with this. Just go
Absolutely.
see the little thieves' cat, like, this place is shit poor, and I can keep going.
Why
No,
not?
Don't
what,
even
a
need to
great
attempt to break in.
what a great innovation! Like they should definitely. You should bring that up at the next Thieves Guild trade union meeting.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, I spent 3 days traveling to this town. I
too
broke it.
long have
Not
we
even worth
spent trying to break into worthless homes. I
think
will
no
right the
more.
wrongs.
Yeah, they're worth a lot.
Is this like the
break-
Richie, like the Richie Rich
Yeah.
plot?
Well, I expected a guy with a talking sword to be rich. That's a bit strange that he's not.
Maybe.
Doesn't have a talking sword anymore, though.
I mean, like he's getting fucked over by his feudal peasants. He's getting fucked over by his son. Like, is there anybody who doesn't exploit this old man for his kindness?
Okay, the thing is, he is like, if he was the founder of the Zymorvan Hall, you'd expect him to be loaded as hell. He's like fourth generation adventurer, right?
The spell plague sucked.
Dirt poor. And I thought it'd be super old, so like all his stuff would be like magical and super easy to steal because he's like old as fuck.
This is bullshit.
They all got up and walked. Like, I feel like, I feel like the spell plague was like when you ever watch the the Transformers movie. Whenever like they'd hit the ground with the fucking cube, it would just wake up all the like vending machines and shit, and they just piss off. I feel like that's it for the spell plague. Spell plague goes on, all these magical items just become sentient and piss off. See you later. I'm out of here. I don't want to be in your collection.
You skirt the Evermores and travel along the main road past the Silverwood and begin to enter the kind of civilized areas that surround cities. after on about the mid second day. You spend one final night within sight of the Evermores, and you can barely see the Moonwood up to the north. It's a drizzly night. There's a soft, steady, cold rain that blows down from the north. The wind is colder than the rain is. But you endure it, much as you've endured it many times before and likely will again. When you reach the outskirts of Silvery Moon, there comes opportunities for you to trade with relatively simple folk for relatively simple things. Fertile farmland is in abundance around Silvery Moon, partly because they have cadres of community druids who come around and give you advice and maybe cast spells if you need it, and otherwise just increase the productivity of the town in general. Afternoon nap, you will have already spotted people with more wealth than Zymorvan Hall and maybe even less security as well. But the party doesn't seem interested in stopping whatsoever as you pass on by these fairly prosperous homesteads and ranches and small outposts like trading posts and the like.
Never get to rob anyone.
The thief who never robbed.
I've never robbed it. I haven't robbed anyone this entire campaign.
Yeah, you robbed people in Luskin,
I think you pickpocketed a dude in
Yeah.
Luskin, yeah.
and you narrowly avoided a pocket scorpion.
Like proper heist. I want to pull a heist. I'm gonna rob someone in Silvery Moon now.
Now we're talking.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go-
If he sold the sword, we might need it.
I need one.
Unless we're interested in need a heist, yeah. Unless we're interested in stopping to meet the common folk, the salt of the earth, you'll eventually reach the true city of Silvery Moon, one of the most beautiful cities anywhere in the world. Before nightfall, a place of tremendous greenery where ancient oaks and pines and blue tops and other more exotic trees are built into the design of this sprawling city of hundreds of thousands of people.
I'll just sit on the back of the cart as we travel through and play my flute for them as we go.
Welcome to Silvery Moon.
No, I thought we'd have to think about Zymorvan Hall for longer.
It's true.
Unlike
Moving herds.
Unlike any place you've been since either Luskin or Waterdeep, Silvery Moon is open at night. And so, even though you're arriving shortly before evening, you discover that the night markets are only just beginning. There are restaurants and inns and taverns and operas and playwrights. There is 1,001 things to do, even though throughout 90% of the world, people are kind of looking at the time and starting to go to bed. Not in Silvery Moon.
Yes.
Can Wild go off and try to find a tavern where he could ask about Harthos Zymorvan's son?
The trouble
guessing
is
I would've
there's
gotten-
so many taverns to choose from. So give me a description of what sort of tavern you're looking for.
The
'cause you'll find
first, the first one along the road that has a steady flow of people coming to it.
All right. Do you call halflings people?
Sure.
All right. You go to a halfling bar. Everything's smaller than it should be, but there are a couple of seats for big people alongside the little people seats. And they're having a merry old time, dancing on the table barefoot and drinking green wine and smoking big fat tobacco cigars. It's a merry old time here.
Hell yeah. I'd like to ask the barkeep. I would have gotten a description of him, most likely from his father, right?
You would have.
I'd like to give him the description and ask if he's seen anyone like this, and that he hangs around with a red wizard woman.
Well, he gives you your glass of green wine because your first glass is free. And he listens to your description, maybe the drawing that you might have drawn up, and he has a think about it. Make an investigation roll.
Investigation roll. Oh god. Oh, not that bad.
Oh, I know about that one, yes. Ah, that Simorvan boy came down and fell in love with that red wizard girl. The nice red wizard girl who sells all the magic at discount prices.
Do you know where I would find her?
Oh, of course. She's at the Red Embassy. It's not really a Red Embassy, of course. He gives you the directions to an emporium, a Red Wizard magic item shop that is impossible to miss because it's the only Red Wizard magic item shop that's allowed in Silverwood.
All right. I'll thank him. I'll buy one drink. How much is it?
2 silver.
2 silver. I'll buy a drink off of him.
It comes with a free bowl of peanuts.
Hell yeah. I'll eat my peanuts and drink the drink, and then I'll go to this Red Wizard magic item shop.
All right, a halfling gets up in your face and dances in front of you and sings like only about 8 inches away from your face. Fiddly dee, fiddly dee.
Seeing
Fucking weird.
Wild walk with intention, Rosal join him. Follow him.
Fantastic. You also get a little halfling dancing. He plays your trunk like a trumpet.
Hey, stop that!
You get a free bowl of peanuts with your silver with your green wine.
Being
Racist.
racist.
Hey, I'm not taking it because I'm hungry, but thank you.
I also got a free bowl of peanuts. What do you mean, racist?
They're incredibly good peanuts. Fresh
Can I-
and salty.
Eating
Mm.
handfuls at a time.
Draxus would walk off and try and find a glass blower somewhere.
All right, you find you go to the glass blowing street and you find 7 different glass blowers all competing for your business.
Can I make like I guess a tinker's check to try and make a inspect and see which one has the nicest quality?
Great idea. Yeah, go ahead.
Madam, 13.
All right, you put it down to 2 or 3 of them, and then take a gamble and go for it. So you're inside this beautiful place that sells fish tanks and vials and chimes, windows, of course. They tell you that they are the suppliers to 3 different temples, and they also they could also help you in other ways as well. Like if you need apothecary equipment, they can point you to their sister store in the apothecary street, such and such. They're very professional.
A what? Sarah.
All right, I'm gonna have to look up her. She's on the random.
Oh, is
line.
that the? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's the traitor to the people. Did we talk about that? We were gonna help her, yeah? Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
We're just gonna pretend to kill her, but help her.
Yeah, make an investigation roll. Oh yeah, you're gonna have advantage since you add the description in.
Are you at the tavern or the glass blowing shop with me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I just said I was going, yeah.
Yeah. He can't think of it. He remembers her now. Absolutely. He's able to tell you exactly where to find her. She has currently taken a job as an officer with the Argent Legion, with maybe their crossbow division. Yeah, the Argent Legion. The Argent Legion are the military force of the old nation the Silver Marches. Before the Spell Plague, Silvery Moon almost became the city of a new country. It stretched pretty far, actually. I think it went like all the way up to Mithril Hall. I'm pretty sure Mithril Hall was actually part of the Silver Marches. But anyway, it was a big place, and it didn't work. It might have worked, but the Spell Plague came along, and the idea of building an empire or a confederation at that time, well, there wasn't even the Spell Plague that failed. The problem was that the dwarves got hit by orcs, and not enough people sent warriors to die for the dwarves. They got pissed off, and that's enough of the history lesson. Yeah, the Argent Legion, however, is a remnant of the Silver Marches. It was their military force, and it still survives to this day. Think of it like a foreign legion of mounted veterans. Absolutely, it's impossible to miss. Being the military force of Silvery Moon, they occupy one of the largest bases in the city. So yeah, you now have the location for both, and for the Red Wizard, who's I'm not. I think you got her name. Her name is. So I'm not sure if it's been given or not yet.
Rana. Okay.
What next?
I was just gonna get the guy to basically blow glass around my eye, the manticore eye for me.
Perfect.
You do it around your real eye.
Hmm?
Should get them to do it around your real eye.
I don't have it anymore.
Your
Can't
real
buy
eye.
failed. Oh, my one
Pull-
that's still I still
Pull,
have.
yeah, pull that one out, Reese.
Yeah, pull that out. Get it blown.
Temporarily.
Put 'em both.
There we go.
Yeah.
I
That's how it
sent
works
a
in Naruto.
I sent a what's it called? A map through, by the way, for
Put
everyone.
another eye in.
That's how it
Get
works,
both
right?
manticores.
It's a
Yeah,
delicate
yeah.
operation, and they won't.
Sorry.
It's a delicate operation, and they won't do it for 50 gold pieces.
Any less than 50 gold?
No, so 50 gold is what they want, because they don't want to be the guy that, I don't know. They're worried something's going to go wrong, and 50 gold is kind of their what they're willing to risk it for. Something like that, yeah. It's like this guy wants. He can't be serious. I mean, I can do it, but I'm not. It's just no. So 50 gold pieces, he'll do it because it's no sensible man will turn down that amount of money. Okay? It's big bucks. But on the other hand, he directs you to one of the you want to do stuff like that. But on the other hand, you checked out that glass blower's work, and it wasn't as good as this fellow's.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try and just barter with him. Well, what about if you do it for 30, and if something happens and it doesn't come out exactly, there'll be no hard feelings, and we'll walk away. You richer and me with nothing. How's that sound?
He agrees. We'll make a persuasion roll with it because 30 gold is still pretty good.
Persuasion, sorry.
Yeah, persuasion with advantage. Yeah, yeah. So he agrees to that. 30 gold is good.
Okay.
And when he makes it, it makes it to the specifications you want, except not quite, because it adds this kind of marbled pearl effect that he didn't anticipate. He added some impurities, and it kind of creates a bit of a marble pearl swirl through the glass. It doesn't affect your vision, but it just changes the color of your iris a little bit.
Okay. What color does it go to? Because I think
What color
originally
did
they're
you?
orange.
All right. So
Manticore eyes are orange. I didn't really specify what color the iris I wanted, but
now it's more like an orange with a tiger stripe instead of black, a kind of silvery sheen.
right. That's still cool. Okay. Did he allow me to watch while he did that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he'd be happy for you to sort of direct him and tell him bit by bit exactly what you want him to do. He's happy with the result. It's he's never done anything like it before, but if you're happy, then it's a
Very happy.
success.
Very happy. And I guess I'd take him up on that offer of getting the reference to the sister place of the abbey.
Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, he tells you a bunch of business. Get poisons or spell components or magic staves or spell books. Did I already say that? I don't know. But yeah, he gives you a list of different businesses that he trusts, which you can also trust likewise.
Any that sound like I could get this eye enchanted so I could see out of it.
Yeah, there are enchanters and jewelers and maybe not an optometrist, a physician. Physician, that's what they called them. Yeah, like basically a surgeon or a doctor. Yeah, they're all on there.
Alrighty. Yeah. Thank him again for his work, and I leave and head back to the bar where everyone was.
All right.
No one else is doing anything, then
May.
He kind of face palms. He's like, oh, I completely forgot. Yes,
How
we
will I?
really must take care of that.
Can I beeline to the Shrine of Ogma, the Temple of Ogma?
Absolutely, and the fairy dragon kind of wonders if he'll meet a mate here. What the odds are that he'll? He's a boy, right? We'll go with boy. What do you think that he wants to know if you think he'll find a girlfriend here? He perks up and starts looking around. He's not acting like a little periscope on your shoulder wherever you go now.
Down, Periscope.
Yeah.
I was quietening the dog down. Sorry. Yeah. What exactly what did you say? Or were you speaking? Fantastic. Oh, he absolutely agrees. He's, that's. Hey, he's already gone. He doesn't see you. Stuff. Perfect, perfect. You look in the mirror and do it to yourself, and that way. Anyway. No worries.
Cause some havoc, yeah, Prophet.
Well, while everyone's chilling in the tavern, could Roz find someone who sells ores, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Any exotic ones for sale?
Yeah, definitely. They have a range of from the outer planes, such as heavens and hells. They have an angelic silver. They have a divine gold. They have some Batorian steel. These are the most exotic ones that they have. They also have stuff a little closer to home, like meteorite iron and
Ooh.
elemental earth. What else?
Thinking on the master and what he likes to craft, I have roughly about 3,000 gold. I'd like to get something that he, like an ore that he would specifically really like to work with.
All right. Well, you decide that might be, or you could
God,
ask the rest of the party if you prefer. It's up to you.
I don't think anyone else is there. I need like a list
Wait,
to ponder on for like a
this
minute.
if this shop is on the way to the shop that I want to go to, the magic one with the red wizard girl, I'll go with him because this fucking divine gold sounds incredible.
Mm.
I want some.
Yeah, is there like kind of a list Arctic to just
Yeah,
go over
sure.
it?
Let's
Sorry.
see. So I'll what did I say? Divine gold. Was it? We'll call it Lunar
Heavenly
Silver.
silver? Was it?
Yeah, call it Lunar Silver or Heavenly Gold. That's what it would be. It'd be Heavenly. Heavenly Gold, Lunar Silver, Batorian Steel was another one. There was definitely meteorite iron, elemental earth. Was there another? There was another one as well. That's what I remember so far.
Bator.
Well, if Wild's there, do you want to get the Heavenly Gold and then get
I'm gonna buy myself some heavenly gold. Yeah.
and then you should get something commissioned from the master.
I mean, I was gonna use the heavenly gold and get like frost giant hair, and then use that at Mithril Hall to get the belt of strength and
Should
have
get a
it
little
made
bit
out
for
of
your
like
griffin
heavenly
too.
gold.
Just
Oh
get, like,
yeah.
a little
How
tiny
much is
bit.
heavenly gold per like?
Per bar.
Yeah,
Per
per
bar, yeah.
bar of what, £10 or something?
Only the price of platinum, so it's only 10 times the value of gold.
Oh, okay. I'll buy
I believe bars were in 250 gold's worth. Is that right? Maybe less. Maybe I'll Google.
Yeah, I think 250. I think is what they are, but I can't remember.
How much for some few bars of Batorian steel?
Praetorian steel is pretty expensive.
Mm.
It ends up being about 50 gold pieces per pound. So if you're making a big heavy weapon like a battle axe, it can get quite expensive, whereas a dagger can be relatively cheap.
I want to go for a dagger. I already have £1, so how much would a dagger be?
Does anyone know what the dagger weighs? I think but I'm not sure. It's in the
What
price.
dagger?
Quick look-sees.
A
Yeah.
dagger. It's probably like
Yeah.
3 pounds, 2 pounds.
Yeah, so
A
it's
dagger weighs £1.
£1. Cool. So one pound is all that you in that case. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get £2 of Batorian steel added on
Perfect.
top, and I'll okay, £2 of Batorian steel. How much was that again? Sorry.
Each
I'll give you-
dagger was how much was it? 150 gold piece of pound.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
50 gold,
250 divided by 5. 50 gold for a pound of gold, right? So
of
translate
heavenly
that
gold.
for regular gold. So translate in
Okay.
that. Wait, yeah, a 5 pound bar is of gold is worth 250 gold pieces. So yeah,
So this would be worth 2,500 presumably.
1 bar. Wheel.
If that.
that's if you
How
want
much-
5 pounds of it.
How much is a £1 bar of heavenly gold? It's
Well, it costs 2,500,
500
and that's what it's worth. Costs what it's worth.
500 for a 1 pound if you want 1 pound of it. Then
would that do anything to the griffin if I gave it to the griffin?
Presumably, yeah. You haven't got any record on the fact that it would or wouldn't, um, um, but presumably, yeah. Out in the outer planes, they have people that live there. Mostly, it's when you die, you go to heaven, and put it this way: imagine you're a high-level adventurer, and you and your girlfriend, who's also an adventurer, they go out to the outer planes. They love the sunsets in heaven, and so they settle there. They build a house, and they literally live in heaven. It's kind of illegal. Maybe the angels will find you and they'll evict you. But if you can get away with it, it's a hell of a place. Sorry, it's a really good place to raise a child.
It's a heaven of a place.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that's blasphemy. But anyway, the point being that the apples grow there, and wheat grows there, and fish swim through the rivers, and you can eat them. And that's what this is. This is the gold that's been mined in heaven and has been brought to our world. Now, from most people's inspection, it's just gold. It's very beautiful, very pure gold, but it's just gold. You take it to a banker, and he's only going to give you the gold value of it, but its real value is what it really is. And someone like a wizard, or particularly a priest, could use this to make any number of holy or powerful items.
Ooh.
That's what its real value is, as a material in the use of magic.
Cool.
But if I
Um,
fed it to my griffin,
Wow, that's like feeding your magic apples. It's got to be good, right? Maybe it'll mutate them, but mutate them into like what, an angel eagle? I don't know.
an angel
Um,
griffin, I'm buying a
yeah.
pound. 500 gold, put it down. I'm done.
that's worth putting money on.
the other one that interests me is lunar silver and meteorite iron.
Yeah, lunar silver is stuff that is mined on the moons of the Seloon's Tears, like where you guys did your map making from.
Mhm.
And the meteorite iron's a lot more simple. Those same stars, Tears of Saloon, sometimes fall from the heavens, crash into the earth, and we get some of the richest iron. Now, again, to most people, this is just silver and it's just iron. But to an alchemist who knows what to do with them, or a master smith like a dwarven runesmith, then sometimes these are the only things that matter. Yeah, it's much easier to make a powerful magical sword out of meteorite iron than out of regular iron. That's just the nature of magic.
Cool. How much for a pound of each?
All right, 10 times the normal value. Um, yeah. So I think they had do they have the price of a pound of iron?
Pound of iron.
I
They
think
got
it's
silver.
They don't have iron. I thought iron was one.
Um,
Steel? Have they got steel?
quick. I'm looking currencies. Let's look for other
Trade goods. I think it's called. I think there's a chart called trade goods. I think.
Yeah, I was looking in. Yeah, let me try.
Yeah, so it's a gold piece per pound.
That's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap,
Really
to be
cheap.
honest.
Yeah.
It is, after all, just iron, unless you know that it's really not.
And you have to enchant it to make it special iron. Like it's functionally iron until it's enchanted, because then it's
Yeah,
easy
I'll take
to
10
enchant,
pounds
right?
of the meteorite iron.
Perfect.
And what about the elemental earth? That is an interesting name for an.
Yeah, elemental earth is pure earth. The four elements make up the universe: earth, air, fire. They exist in their purest state only in the elemental planes. Also, in certain parts of our world where the elemental planes seep into our world. For example, the bottom of the ocean, you might find elemental water, or deep within the heart of a mountain, you might find elemental earth. This elemental earth has come from beneath the roots of the grandfather tree within the high forest over here. Grandfather tree is like the largest tree in the world.
Big man.
Yeah, it really is.
The
And
Deku tree.
that's him. And so that's this elemental earth is again, to most people, it's just dirt. It's nothing more than dirt. But you know what it actually is. It represents the one of the four corners of the universe. It's so you might use it to grow magic trees, or you might use it to fashion a clay golem, or maybe build the foundations of a magic castle.
Oh, I got a jar of dirt.
Yeah. I might not worry about the elemental earth.
That's when you want to get a hover house.
Yeah. Afriti Brass?
On the plane of fire, there is a very famous city, one of the most famous cities in all of existence, called the City of Brass. And the City of Brass is ruled by the Afriti, the fire genies, lawful evil society that know how to make a really good city. Their economy is mostly based off interplanar trade. People come from all over the universe to come here and buy and sell, but they specialize in the manufacture of things like scimitars and shields and stuff like that in brassware. The things that they can do with brass would put a dwarf to shame. And so a 3D brass, again, to anyone else, just looks like beautiful, magnificent, burnished brass and bronze. Both brass and bronze, they're pretty similar alloys. Um, the, fucking, yeah. Oh my God, this is pissing me off so much. Fuck. But this particular stuff, again, it's been manufactured, forged by expert smiths called salamanders, a kind of humanoid reptile, and it's the most magnificent brass or bronze you'll find in the multiverse.
Ooh,
Gotta have some of that shit.
I'm gonna have some of this.
The brass, 3 silver pieces per LB, so times that by 10 is that 3 gold per pound? Is that correct? Or is that wrong?
He's silencing a dog.
I haven't got the chart.
I've searched up trade goods and it tells us exactly what we need to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sweet.
then
So-
use that chart. Yeah.
So copper, there's copper. There's no bronze or stuff.
There's no tin by any chance? No, just use copper. Just use
5 silver pieces translate that what you said 10 times, so 5 gold pieces per pound.
Cool. I'm buying 30 pounds.
5 gold pieces per pound. They don't have like iron. Oh, they do have iron. 1 silver piece. It's even cheaper. Legendary. All right. You can get 1 sheep for 2 gold.
1 sheet.
Just a heads up.
150
If you want some.
brings that to 2. And I will also buy 3 pounds of heavenly gold, which will come to 1,500 gold for 3 pounds of that.
They assure you it was illegally mined of heaven by adventurers who got away before the angels could catch them.
And in total, I owe them 560 gold.
1,700,
Oh, wait,
560.
sorry, I said that wrong. 1,760 gold.
Excellent,
Nice.
excellent.
Oh, sounds like
Oh.
dinner's almost ready.
Chaos everywhere. One thing that I just remembered. Jaraxxus, you were the one who made the investment.
Sorry, which investment I made?
Sorry, you made multiple investment in Mithril.
Sorry, investment. Yeah, the land.
You discovered that the value of your land has doubled since reaching Silvery Moon. Not so much because the rate of land has the value has actually increased, but rather people value things differently and so you're maybe passing by a real estate agency or something of the equivalent, and yeah, you are probably pleased to learn that the value of your land has already increased by 100%.
Nice.
You could sell it there right now if you want.
Well, I've already sent mail that hasn't even reached Minnesota
You can
yet.
send an
No.
eagle to kill it. To intercept it and kill
Or we
No.
can say that firebomb did hit the pigeon.
it.
No, if I sell, I'm gonna make more
Retcon.
long-term money continuing in my investment in Mithril Hall. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
abstain.
Um,
It's all right. We'll see what happens. But
can I ask the ore person if they know who would take the dark wood that we have?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they will. Yeah, they line you up with. Yeah, they line you up with someone immediately. They'll take it all off your hands.
For triple the price. Nah, jokes. Wouldn't that be neat?
For just regular price?
Yeah, so that means you double your money.
Yeah.
We like triple our money. Let me I'll just fix that for us.
Yeah, you're happy with that. They're happy with that.
So we now have, so we got rid of 3,008. Okay, let me do the math.
I mean, I had 3,400 pounds.
You kept that separate, right? You didn't write that in the
Yeah,
treasury.
That was mine, yeah.
Good, yeah.
They tell you that the Argent Legion have been looking to buy elephants.
Mm.
Too bad I'm not for sale.
They're talking about the mammoth.
What about mammoths? How much are they buying mammoths for?
Well, I don't know, but they didn't say man. But I thought I'd tell you.
We'll shave them.
Nah,
It's an elephant. Look, it's got no fur.
So what is it, 1 gold piece per pound of wood?
I think we just did it in money's worth of wood.
Yeah, if you recorded the value, then just double that.
Okay, well, I paid 1,700, so.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, so you'd be able to sell it for its value then. No, if that's the way, yeah, depending on how you've recorded it, whether you, in either case, whatever you paid, you get double that.
So we now have 6,444 in the treasury.
Nice. Wow, we can.
Split that immediately.
if I can, I'd
Come
like
on!
to borrow
How-
some to fix
go
my
to the
armor.
casino.
How about we just get some money together and buy a bag of holding right now?
We don't have the money.
We have 6,000 in the treasury. I have 1,200 on me. Someone
We
here
have
has
3
money.
carriages. Why do we need a bag of holding?
Because I have so much fucking metal that's worth money now.
Sorry, you're carrying metal.
Hey, come on. And there'll be other things like a bag of holding will be. I think will be much safer for all of our goods, all of our gold. It'll be so much harder to pickpocket.
If we ever intend to actually go loot the Morbrin's thing,
Tomb.
a tomb, it would help us cart all of that treasure out.
So much.
But at the same
Potential.
time, I want to enchant that eye so I can actually do damage again, as soon as possible, which is going to cost a little bit.
True.
And I need to go find that sword, so I'm gonna go find that red wizard lady.
All right.
I want to go to the vault of the
Well,
safe.
Rosie's bought a fuck ton of ore, so he's gonna go take it back to the carriages, tuck it all in, cover it up.
The
Midnight.
all of the griffins keep sniffing at you, Roz, as you tell them.
Eyeing you
I'm playing games
strongly.
here.
Are they fully grown now?
They're getting there, not quite now. The
Yeah.
Argent Legion, did you ask how many soldiers there are in total? Oh, how many tieflings? Oh, maybe 1% perhaps. And they're a force 5,000 strong perhaps. 50 tieflings? I don't know, just a guess.
Who's the tiefling you want to talk?
That's the chick that betrayed the.
Well, she was a
mole.
halfling.
No, she's
Oh,
That's
oh yeah,
someone
yeah. I was thinking of the one that stole shit from the that undercut a bunch of pirates. I was thinking of that.
I think she went
there's-
down this way, to be honest.
I think we've passed her a long time ago.
Let me double check. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Series.
Yes, I can. I can,
Yes.
but only tomorrow.
All right.
Mm. And then if not, most tieflings would, be close together, seeing as there are so few. We can get information off them.
Not a tiefling quarter, no. Well, Silvery Moon doesn't believe in
But tieflings know each other. It's.
That's true enough.
That's racist.
I mean, I'd say that about any race. So, birds of a feather fly together.
You're
That's
right.
not-
I do know a
yeah.
Lustral Silverhand.
It's not to say that you can't find. You can find a place where 5 or 6 of them hang out. That sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Half
Uh,
tiefling.
Are we doing
half
it tomorrow
gnome.
though? So I can.
You're a
do it with you?
queefling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it tomorrow
Alright.
so I can actually do it with you. Because at the moment I don't remember the spell.
I enjoy that.
Queefling.
It's a good race.
That's some weird shit right there if you think about it.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
queeflings. Fuck
Hmm.
it. Falcony.
If no, I think Wild has something and Arador has something else as well.
Sure
You
thing.
can go first, Saxon.
I would like to go to the Vault of Sages.
All right. You find yourself in what around us anywhere in the world.
I had to cross the moon bridge, right? Is that a problem?
Not initially, no.
Thank God.
No. There are people crossing the moon bridge, and you are able to experience the magic of doing it yourself, walking over a ghostly span that crosses one of the most beautiful rivers in all of the realms.
Aradell's essentially skipping with like rolls of his map, like across the bridge. He's keen as a bean to finally get to a library.
You're walking on sunshine.
Been so long. Looking on dusk light and
That's it.
walking on twilight. Plenty of those books lying around. Anyway, yeah. I don't know the admission for Vault of Sages.
No such admission. You're just allowed to come in, peruse at least the public section. It's partially, they do have a little bit of a business section where they're selling and also potions, but you're free to peruse the countless tomes and encyclopedias and volumes of lore and of fiction that you can find here. If you want to learn any of the secret stuff, that's an entirely different kettle of fish, but there must be 50,000 books here to get through in order to, but before you even have to look at the sealed sections.
Oh man, could I use my library card?
Absolutely. Yeah, so what's your library card? Tell me about that.
Okay, so since being a he was brought up in Hyman, right? So he was a not Hyman. Yes, Hyman's the right one. He was worked the Leaves of Learning, and because it was a temple of Ogma, right?
Yeah.
And a library at the same time. And he became a cleric of Denia, which is the scribe of Ogma. So he rose up through the ranks in there, which gave him access to use this feature.
All right. My God. Yeah. All right. They will allow you to peruse the essentially the description of the hidden section. You are, after all, an authorized librarian. You trusted it. Think of this basically the sort of things that a scientist from one university might be able to access at another university. A bunch of roles and things that aren't available to anyone else. But for 100 gold pieces, they'll also give you access to one level above that. Among those will be access to all of the basic scrolls, first and level spells, for example, that you are free to copy at your own expense.
I cannot copy scrolls. I am a cleric.
And so you don't really need this, but the option then nevertheless remains there. If you want to spend 100 gold pieces, you can get the platinum library card.
Oh, the platinum library card. What would they give me if I let them copy my maps from the moon?
They will give you a platinum.
I will, without a doubt, let them copy my maps.
All right, and shortly after the arrival.
Say again, sorry. Shortly after the what?
Shortly after your arrival, you've suddenly got a great deal of access to these this countless centuries of forgotten lore.
I'm gonna dance through like a Disney princess and head for the Mornbrin's tomb. I'll look for a book about Mornbrin and his tomb.
All right, the long and the
Say again, sorry.
that I've got to go and.
Sorry.
The long and the short story is that he teamed up with a mage. He was part of an adventuring party, and the mage was crucial in the construction of his tomb. And together they sought to create a death trap. The idea was that they would spread the legend of their tomb and of the magical treasures within. And while that would be all very genuine, the idea was to lead greedy people for their deaths as some kind of moral play, perhaps. It's not to say that the treasure isn't real, it's just that it kills you trying to get it.
That sounds like fun. And is there anything about the Storm King himself? Because we know next to nothing.
There will be, and that's for probably more than I can come up with. Spot. So I'll compile some information about the Storm King.
No worries.
Yeah, he has 3 daughters. He loved his wife very much. He was the king of the giants. He was relatively well aloof. His wife was known to be very good friends with mortal races, but he himself didn't care much for them. That's a short summary, but it probably doesn't tell you anything new.
No worries. Was there anything else we were looking for? Can't remember. Where he might be. Wait. Do they have anything about like where storm giants reside? Because I'm pretty sure no one knows right now.
In clouds, in seas, Yeah, generally at the tops of mountains, bottom of oceans, or in remote islands, wherever there are a lot of storms, and generally far, far from any other people.
Looks at the star mounts. Hmm. Is there any information that anyone would have asked me that I can't remember? Anyone want to know anything? Because I can't remember if you guys asked me anything at any time.
I think I mentioned because you were there when I asked about the spell, sorry, the multiple concentration stuff and how apparently there's a lich that might have one.
Okay.
If you want to, if you don't, that's fine. I don't mind.
A item that grants you the ability to concentrate on multiple things.
Multiple spells, yeah. And
All right.
I got word that a lich had such an item once, but I don't know. That's all they told me.
Cool. Arida's got plenty of time, and he's got unlimited access, right? So may as well. He could spend a year in here.
And he would happily do so.
He will have to come out for pee and food breaks. And water breaks. Yeah, I'll look for this supposed lich that has a magic item that may increase the concentration of the wearer. Ring of Dual Minds, because you need 2 to concentrate on more than 1.
I don't remember that. Sorry, what's that from?
I
Reese?
can't. I remember. I can't remember exactly where I asked.
Uh-huh.
It was at the weird mages that have just stupid amounts of crap.
Oh yeah.
I asked them about an item that basically allows me to concentrate, and they said, "Well, we haven't seen anything," but they said that they heard or they think that there is a lich that might have such a powerful artifact or something like that.
I'm
Larlock.
assuming Larlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you were able to do a bit of research. Larlock. If it's any consolation or any, I can tell you exactly, or the books can tell you rather exactly where he resides. It's called Warlock's Crypt. I think it's on the map here, but maybe it isn't. Warlock's Crypt. Crypt Garden? I think it's in. I think Warlock's Crypt is in Crypt Garden Forest, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Somewhere along the Sword Coast here is Warlock's Crypt, and Larlock is known to live because it's a corruption of his name. It's called Larlock's Crypt, but everyone calls it Warlock Crypt because I mean people are dumb, and that's what they do. Um, Larlock was an extremely powerful archmage. He invented the Ioun stones, some people say, which are like little gems that float around your head. The guy was incredible. It's widely believed that he is a rival for, if not more powerful than someone like Elminster. And that's the really long and the short of it. Yeah, he absolutely did invent spells that allow him to concentrate on multiple things or cast multiple spells at one time. Unfortunately, that was a different time, and many magic items from the Netherese Age no longer work. But that's not to say that that this particular power or this particular item doesn't work. Just that it's just that you can't rely on what the ancient Netherese used to do because the weave has literally been rebuilt since then. The rules of magic are different.
And can I read up on last thing? Sorry, I promise. On Asgore, because that's where all the portals that are just randomly in forests are leading to.
Yeah, no worries. I'll tell you more about Asgore next week as
Cool, yeah.
well. But it was one of the inherited estates of Netheril. As I recall, it was one of the cities that was already on the ground. It didn't fall from the sky. It was built on the ground. They call it Low Netheril, kind of where they grew their crops, while all the
Where
cool
the
people
peasants
flew
live.
around. Yeah, that's right. The peasants live, while the cool people fly around in flying cities. Eventually, Asgore was swallowed by Anarok because Anarok eventually swallows everything.
Sick. And I might, next session, I can probably grant access to. I could probably get some scrolls for profit if you want profit. Alter self scroll. They probably got them there, right? I just have to pay for them.
Yeah, 25% off.
Sick.
Wild Gold, you were going. That sounds right. Yeah. Wild Gold, you were
was-
going to check out the Red Wizard.
Yep.
All right.
Gonna go to the shop that I was pointed to find her.
All right. You discover that it is not called the Red Wizard's Emporium, but Silvery Moon discount magic items.
I'll enter the shop.
The dollar store.
You are confronted by a Red Wizard.
A woman?
Kill.
She is a woman. She has black lipstick, a blue tattoo on her forehead, a high set of collars, and long red robes. She looks at you as if you might be the enemy. Can I help you?
Are you Rana?
Her eyes flash wide. It is I, Rana.
Well, my name is Wild Gold, and I was actually looking for your boyfriend? Your lover?
Well,
Your
I
boy
never.
toy.
Whatever do you mean? This sounds like I do not often address personal issues while during business hours.
Oh, I apologize then. When do you finish?
You are here now. If this is personal business, I have no customers. Let us finish our business. And she briefly closes her shop, puts a close sign up, and lays a spell on the door. Tell me, why have you sought me out?
Well, as I said, I was looking for your lover.
What business do you have with him?
His father sent me to meet him and to send a message to him.
Jamie Bunny?
I was so close. Jamie.
One of your father's servants is here. One of my father's servants?
Not really.
Yes, a lion man. My father doesn't have any lion man servant. She pulls out a wand. You better explain yourself.
Oh, well, I'm not a servant. I'm actually just sort of a mercenary passing through. I'm a giant slayer, you see.
Go on.
You've probably heard of the group I'm part of, Bulwark of the North. We defended Bryn Shander. We go around slaying giants.
I thought a nerd defended Bryn Shander.
No, well, we were a nerd, but we're not really an expeditionary society anymore. Wait,
Oh.
no, what was it? Northern Expeditionary and Research Division. We're not really researching anything. We're just sort of killing giants, you see.
Oh, a rebranding. I can understand. I used to call this the Red Wizard Emporium.
That's
And
what I was told it was.
I found myself being targeted by racism.
It's a shame, really.
A man walks out, and when I call him a man, it's a moustache, but he doesn't have the bearing. Rather of a boy in his mid-20s. He's drying his hair when he comes out. I don't know this creature.
My name is Wild Gold.
I don't care.
Alright, a little bit rude. I was sent by your father, you see. He wants me, really, to bring you back, but I'd like to avoid hurting you, you see, because that sort of voids the contract we have. So I wanted to see if you would come back with your girl here and explain to your father what you're doing.
Rana, this criminal seeks to rob us, extort us.
I'm not
Eh,
a criminal. I'm not a criminal. I'm a bounty hunter / hero.
You have a high mind coming into my store and claiming that my lover is some kind of criminal.
I didn't. He's not. What? I never said he was a criminal.
You are a bounty hunter, are you not?
Yeah,
You are
but
here
this isn't a
hunting
bounty.
bounties?
I'm not getting paid for this. This is a request. Because I have a request of your father.
Oh. Well, you may deliver your request, she says, lowering her wand.
I want you to come back with me with the sword to prove to your father that you're not what he thinks he is, that you can have your own way in life.
Jamie Bunny, what does he mean? Come back with the sword? I don't know. It's my sword. My father gave it to me with his blessing. I've to honor our family.
Well, that's not true.
Jamie
You stole
Bunny,
it.
did you steal the sword? Of course not. It's my ancestral right. I'm next in line.
You haven't told her why you really ran away.
Sit down, Jamie. She commands him. He fails his whiz save. He sits down.
Oh shit.
It's mine by birthright. I have perfect right to do. And so you brought it to me and sold it?
He what?
Well, it's my property. I can do with it as I will.
It was your father's.
Fetch the sword. You know where it's being kept. Fetch the blade. And he does, and goes and does so, and I apologize, she says. You may
That's
take the
quite
blade,
alright.
and if you will, you may take this creature out of my heart. Tell Lord Zymorvan that the 4,000 gold piece bill that I shall forward to his house is specifically for his son, and not for him or his people.
I don't think Mr. Zymorvan can pay that much, you see, or Lord Zymorvan.
The bill shall not be his. I shall place it firmly on the head of this young man and no one else.
Alright, as long as you're not putting it on Lord Zymorvan, that's fine.
You understand, Jamie, that you now owe 4,000 gold pieces to the nation of Thay, not to me. But what? I love you. And she uses telekinesis to throw him out. She does the same with his luggage. Telekinesis.
I will give her 10 gold pieces and say farewell.
She telekinesis your gold piece out into the street.
Well, that was unfair. I'm going to pick him back up.
Ding, 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 ding. You only get 9 of them back. A halfling kid, right?
Damn it, you little shit.
Gives you the finger.
I don't know what I've just done. I
Oh,
sliced the child in half.
Oh, you gained 7 XP.
7 XP. Is that the amount of hit points he had?
I just wanted to grab the guy. If he's trying to run, I'll put manacles on him.
You arrested. He's not going nowhere. He is your, and it
And
is your
I'll bring him
sword.
back to our stuff. I won't attune to the sword or anything. I'll just keep it with me.
He
Yeah.
sold what? He sold it for 4,000.
For 4,000. That's right. He got valued at
Legendary item.
He got valued at 16,000. He sold it for 4.
Really didn't
What
want
a
to hold on
fool.
to it very long, did he?
Legendary sentient giant slang greatsword? No, thank you.
4,000 gold. In my pocket. About this
Well,
one?
Yeah, he's just.
What a legend, hey? What a the guy probably bought it, spent it too.
Fuck.
His name is Waith. It's a legendary greatsword. I can do 150.
Why does it sound like he's like went to like a pawn shop on the porn TV show?
Gold
He's
and
like,
silver
"Yeah,
porn.
I'll give you like
One at
2
Pawn
gold for it."
Stars.
Yeah.
The one in Vegas. Best I can do is 2 gold for that legendary greatsword.
Hey, listen. Let me call in a
Trade in.
guy.
Yeah,
Trade
I
Zave.
call in a guy who knows his swords, you know? Look, this one's odds. It looks like it's
It's-
gone
it's
through
a big
plenty
old-
of hands.
Yeah, it's not
seen
really my
plenty of
thing.
use. I just don't know
I'm
who we
not
can
really
sell
gonna
it
be
to,
able to
really.
sell this again.
Yeah. 2 gold.
By the way, you did spot these specials in her window.
Woo!
Bag of holding 5,000 gold.
One of Magique Missile.
Ro, I think
Good.
let's just get that bag of holding right now.
It's in the. We have enough party gold, right?
We do.
We
We
do.
do.
I'll buy it with party gold then. I'll buy the bag of holding.
Alright.
There'll
It
be
is
other.
minus.
Trust me. We'll go raid the
It's a
tomb.
worthy
and then it'll be your
investment, I
time.
feel.
Oh, there's another thing as well. She was also selling a crate of 6 greater healing potions for 700,
For
which
what?
is normally greater healing potions are 250 gold. She's selling 6 for 750 gold, except they are Timoran healing potions, which means they're dedicated to the. And apparently, when the gnomes made them, they thought it would be a true joke to make one of the healing potions lethal poison.
It's a good joke.
It's a pretty good joke. And so, like, she's selling them for half price, but she's not sure if any of them are actually poison or not.
Can't you just identify it?
You can't. A potion of poison identified.
Could you go by smell if something has a strong enough sense of smell?
No.
I think that you might be able to.
Couldn't tell. Yeah.
So
Can I try and hack
5,000 gold from the
Oh
thing?
wait, I'm not there.
Is that what you're doing?
He would tell you otherwise if so you would know about this, yeah.
What, sorry?
5,000 gold from the treasury?
From
Yep.
the treasury for bag
Is
of
it
holding.
an actual bag of holding?
It
An actual
is.
bag of holding?
Okay.
It's coloured red and it has a little thing and it's very
Since
small though.
Okay.
since Aradel's the treasury holder, I'll give it to Aradel.
How big's a bag of holding?
Not sure.
How heavy?
You have to compendium it.
Bag of devouring.
Oh. While we're in Silvery Moon as
15
well,
pounds. I can't carry that.
Ros can.
I have to wait. I could put away all my shit and carry it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If I put everything, yeah, I could put literally everything I'm carrying in the bag of holding. I can carry it.
It's
Cool.
probably best on you anyway.
Yeah, let me just put everything in my bag of holding. Bag of holding. Oh wait, I need to hold one of my my holy waters out at least. Don't be silly, me.
Is there anything that would help with carving like dead animals or salvaging parts of dead animals? Any like weapons or +1 like survival checks to carve animals or shit like that?
Good idea, yeah. Yeah, you could get like a magical set of carving tools or butcher's tools, something like that. If you're willing to play 10 times the player's handbook value, it'll give you advantage every time you roll.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Let me try and find.
That's pretty cool. Um,
Does that red chick do enchanting? So does she do? Can she do the eye that I want?
She can, absolutely. She's like a rather powerful indeed. I mean, yeah, she just throws around telekinesis.
Fucking
Like
does what
nothing.
she wants.
Can you
Yeah,
just let
She
me know to
badass.
value a carving knife as a dagger?
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay, so 20 gold pieces.
perfect.
does she happen to have Bella Shearer's beholder crown? No, Jason.
She has two of them, but one of them's in pink.
Oh, sick. How about the pink one? No one will expect it to be an extremely powerful magic item.
And I let the group know now that I have a carving knife for animals, so if let Roz do it all the time now, from now on.
And finally, on account of you reaching Silvery Moon, on account of you traveling all the way, and yet knowing that there is so much further to go, the gods look down upon you, specifically the god Larue, the god who watches over this beautiful city. She is a deity of the wilderness, of care, of talking animals, and of sentient beasts like unicorns. She witnesses the story of that you've engaged in. She sees your camaraderie, and little do you realize that she gives you her blessing.
I have 2 blessings now.
Is this a level up Arctic?
It's not a level up. No.
Ooh. We have blessing. We are filled with determination. I will add it in my items, for it is a material item.
Do we
Blessing.
gain all of that?
You gain all of that. A skill proficiency.
Oh,
An
Oh,
attribute.
shit.
Okay.
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 Huh?
One other thing I need to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So you know how I switched from the other subclass to what I am now, Battle Master?
Yeah.
You gain 1 proficiency in tools, and I haven't added that in yet because I didn't want it to be like, oh, I just randomly learn how to do something. So I was
Perfect.
hoping if we spend some time in a town, maybe I could just pick up something rather quickly.
Definitely.
Cool. Cool.
Skill proficiency +1 to any attribute?
Yeah.
Skill. What falls under skill proficiency?
Sneak.
Oh, that bar.
Oh, that stuff?
That's skill.
Oh,
That's
okay.
history.
Yeah.
G'day!
Okay.
What's
Says
the
skill.
attribute? +1 to attribute.
Strength, constitution.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna increase my cons by 1 then.
No.
Can I expertise into something?
That'd
Just
be
a skill
interesting.
proficiency.
Use your reaction to turn any d20 roll of a natural 1 into a natural 20.
That's
This ability
pretty good.
functions only once. It can be used on any d20 roll regardless of who rolled the d20. Wow. Wowie woo wah.
I think I want.
Does 1 skill proficiency also count as tools as well, or?
Yeah, you
Is
can
that-
take a tool. You can take a tool proficiency instead.
Oh.
What's it called?
Wow.
Don't know what to take
that's a
proficiency in. I already
fucking-
have a billion proficiencies.
That is a good ass blessing.
That is pretty schmick, as the kids do
Increase my
say.
cons? Oh, that's fantastic.
That's a pretty big blessing. Blessing of the future.
I now have 16 armor instead of 15.
I'll write it from. I'll say boon.
Oh
Ooh.
no, I now have 15 armor instead of 14. Sorry.
Getting there.
I had my mage armor coupon thing ticked.
You write that down as a thing, as an AC.
Global
bonus?
AC modifier.
Ah, nice. Classic.
It's just a +1 to me, basically.
I have no idea what I want a +1.
Wrong! it no longer benefits me because I've leveled up. I rip up my tick. No, I give them back to you. Where are my tickets? Mage armor coupons. I don't know how many I had, but I've deleted them from my inventory. And one,
Okay. So
stingy. Give me more.
one skill proficient. What do I even want to be proficient in? I've already got 7 proficiencies.
I took persuasion because I was using it quite a bit.
I was thinking that, but I'm a -1 charisma boy. Wow, I have 2 negative. I have 2 -1s. Just a heads up. How'd I manage that?
Weak.
Nah, it's fine. I'm great. I'm cool. God. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to click that. This one. Can I take
Alright.
another language instead of a skill?
You can, absolutely, yeah.
Might as well just keep adding to my languages.
So you know all of them?
Well, I'm going to head off, so I shall see you all in a week's time.
Thank you for the
Goodbye,
session.
Sash. Thank
See
you
you,
very much.
Sash.
And everyone else watching.
Thanks
Thanks,
for watching,
everyone.
Sash. Damn bastard.